I am so excited. It's finally here. We've got the Traveler Coin Wallet. This is, I hope you're excited as me. My name is Jeff Copeland, and this represents many, many years. I've been working with this wallet for 12 going on 13 years now, if I can remember that correctly. And this goes with me everywhere. And I hope that's gonna be the same for you. The Traveler Coin Wallet is simply the best coin wallet out there. I am just super excited about all the things it has to offer for your magic. And it's very stylish. It's a great conversation piece when you pull this out of your pocket. People are intrigued. What is it? You can talk about it. It goes casual, it goes formal, it goes any way you like. It's nice black, handmade artisanal item. I want to talk a little bit about that. The Traveler Wallet is made out of goat skin leather. It's not a cheap imitation. It's not synthetic like many other wallets out there. It is hand stitched. You'll see a little bit of glue and hand stitching is in every single wallet. It's been handmade, hand stained, hand stamped with our little logo on it. Everything about this wallet represents art, and there's no two alike. You see, they're all different and many shapes and little cuts and edges. You might notice inside, you might see on the inside of your wallet there might be some lines or pin marks. Sometimes there's some numbers and calculations where the tanner was figuring out the exact dimensions to make your personal wallet. You might see some imperfections in the leather, and I think that's all part of the beautiful art of this project. And so everyone is unique. And whatever you're carrying around in your pocket, you can be proud of that. It's a one-of-a-kind item, and it's just for you. Speaking of unique, the great thing about this wallet is the more you use it, the more it develops a personality. I know that kind of sounds weird. not like a personality, the ghost of the goat that used to wear this skin. Not like a personality that it becomes your own. If you've ever played any sports like baseball, you have a leather glove, and as you use it season after season, it begins to shape or mold your hand like a good Italian leather shoe. And the wallet will do the same thing. It will learn and begin to kind of mimic, get a memory of how you open and close it. And it's kind of a cool thing. Sometimes when I hand out a worn wallet like this one here, this wallet I've been using literally for 12 years. You can see the incredible shape it's still in. It has a personality to my hand, and other magicians have a hard time using it because it's very unique just to my style of magic. I think that's something you'll find some little subtleties with that. Another great thing about this wallet is it has some built-in magic. If you haven't played with your Traveler wallet yet, hopefully you've purchased one as you're watching this. You've got an official Traveler wallet, and you can see the gimmick. The wallet is designed such that it has a very stealthily disguised gimmick to the point that I feel very comfortable handing this out to my spectators saying, check it out, look inside. But oftentimes, and it's so fun to show this to your magician buddies, it just fools them. You do a trick, you say, look at it, and they're looking at it and they're looking, that must be gimmicked. That trick was so clean, that coin vanished so good that they completely miss that there is a pocket hidden underneath where you can hold out an extra coin or extra couple coins. And when you're presenting that out, because of the stitching design, which is unique to this wallet, the stitching design allows that pocket to completely blend in, and no one ever suspects it. Because after all, it's a personal wallet. It's where you carry your own money, so nobody is actually inspecting it to look to find these kind of things. As far as that, you'll notice that it's made of a suede leather, and so that gives you some very unique advantages. We'll get into some ways that the wallet will actually, darn it. Another unique thing about this wallet is the suede leather. You'll notice that it's very soft. And as it starts to wear in, you get a nice sheen as the oils in your skin begin to work on it and make it more personal. I like to use the fresh suede. You can see that it works really well to clean your cell phone screen if you're ever out. You got a little added bonus there. I actually like to put it in my pocket like this. I'll put the wallet up against the face of my screen, and I put it in my pocket. And then the wallet, as it falls down, it helps to clean my screen as it goes to the bottom of my pocket. It's a simple little thing, but I think you might enjoy it. So finally, we're about to get into the tricks. There's some great tricks that are unique just to this wallet that I'm going to share with you. I think that they are definitely layman foolers. They are magician foolers. It's fun when I bring this to the conventions and I see jaws drop on magicians. They're just like, how did that coin vanish so clean? He didn't put up his sleeves. It has to, well, I don't know. You just get those responses. You're gonna have fun with this. Your magician friends are gonna definitely be envious when you show them how cool this wallet is. And even if you don't like my tricks, the principles in this wallet will get you, will allow you to do your tricks that you're already doing. Even if you don't like my tricks, you still got the most stylish, the best way to carry around your coins. And you're gonna see some cool benefits to it. Thank you so much for purchasing the wallet, and let's get into some of the action. Of course, if your magic fails, it always doubles up as a hand puppet. Yuck, 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 yuck. It's about to throw up. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about making the Traveler your own, personalizing it, making it your best friend, your little buddy. The wallet, when it comes to you, it's going to be a little firm, and that's just the way leather is. If you ever had a brand new belt, if you ever had a brand new leather gloves, new shoes, leather is kind of stiff after it's been through the tanning process. And so if you see this wallet is a little more, it's broken a little bit. I've been working with this one for about a month now. It could be looser, but I've been working with this for about a month. You see that it's starting to get a pretty good shape to it, a pretty good feel. It can mostly close on its own, but I want your wallets to mold to you and be more personal. And here's a wallet. Here's a wallet that I've been using personally for about 12 years. You see the leather has kind of matted in and it's got a good feel to it. This guy, it just closes like butter. It doesn't take much. Bam, just closes. And it's going to take this guy, to do that smooth, it's going to take him a little more time because that's just kind of the nature of leather. And if you've ever played baseball, you know that a baseball glove isn't ready to go the day you purchase it from the store. It takes a couple of seasons to break it in and really work it in. So here's some tips on how to get it ready to go quicker. One thing to do is to carry around coins in it. Carry around about 5 coins. That's about, let's say, as many Morgans as you might want to put in there. 6 coins, probably a little much. But overfill it with coins a little bit and then carry it around in your pocket like this so that the weight of those coins is constantly working against the leather. It's starting to break it in and loosen up, soften it up a little bit. Another thing you can do is you can fold it. You can twist it back and forth. So when I was younger, I played baseball, believe it or not, which is consequently how I got into magic. Wasn't any good at sports. But my dad would buy us a new baseball glove every once in a while. And what he would do is wrap it in a towel, and he would fold it or reverse fold it, and he would park the car on it overnight. Now, I don't recommend you do that with your coin wallet, but that concept may still apply, that you can fold it in different shapes and maybe leave your card college books or your magic encyclopedia books on the wallet in different angles. And don't overweight it. I don't want you to try to create a new crease in it. I don't think that you will, but parking the car on it's a little bit extreme, but it worked for a baseball glove. And so I think that concept of folding a different way, you could carry around your pocket like that and let it get the nature of the leather, let it kind of break in a little bit. So the other thing about the pocket is you're going to feel it's a little tight. And there's several ways that tips I'll give you to loosen it up. Particularly, we're doing the tricks with poker chips, or if you're using lighter coins. That's why I love use Morgans. $50 will be fine because they're smaller. But a light-sized coin, if you try to sit like a dime in there, a little tiny coin, it could get stuck. So ways to work on the pocket, you can stretch it just a little bit by sticking your thumb in there. Now don't rip at it, so you rip out the seams, that would be bad. But you can put your thumb in there and kind of massage the goat skin and just kind of work it out just a little bit. See, I'm being real gentle. I'm protecting the seams by pinching them, but I'm kind of massaging the leather. And so that's going to naturally open it up a little bit more. We don't want to stretch it out so much that it looks like we had, I don't know what they're 30 gauge earplugs and it's like all your ears all day. No, don't do that. Don't stretch it out too much that it stays open like this. But you're going to give a nice little stretch to it. You see that closes up and that looks perfectly fine. That is perfectly what we want. Just a nice little gap when we're not holding it. That looks great. That looks great. So you're just going to massage like that. The other thing you can do is, this is the same suede in here. And of course that suede creates a little friction. You can use some of that little palm grease, whatever your skin oils, get that on your thumb and rub in some natural oil in there. Get some oil off that palm. You can rub in the oil and that will smooth out the suede in there a little bit. And once that leather's a little bit smoother, the coin will slide out a little better. So we kind of can work that in, smooth that leather out. You kind of want to make it a little bit slicker in there so that the coin will come out. And that'll come with just a little bit of time, just working with that. You know, when you're watching your favorite TV show, you're studying a magic DVD, you can just go ahead and work on that a little bit and just massage that down, stretch it a little bit. And the other thing you can do is, of course, carry a coin or two in there. If you carry 3 coins in there in your pocket, that's going to naturally stretch it. If you carry 3 coins in there, eventually that is going to be perfect for getting 1 coin quickly in and out. So another tip I want to share with you is, how do you know where the pocket is? And I deceive myself, particularly with this newer purse. I deceive myself all the time. Where's the pocket? And an easy solution I found for that is to have a Sharpie marker, a blue or black one. This is blue, it works fine. And make a little dot. I've never once had a spectator say, there's a little blob of ink there. What's that doing on your purse? If you examine your purse closely, you might see from the tanner's marks, you might see little pin lines and measurements. Sometimes there's little script in there. It's kind of fun because each wallet is a little different. You might see something already in there, or some natural stain that got put in a different spot. You can see maybe some different skin folds from the animal. I think that stuff is awesome. So a little mark of ink where you immediately know right where the pocket is, that's a great thing. And then just remember that as you open it, that mark of ink is going to rotate a quarter turn, and your pocket is still over here. So when you open it, don't look at that mark and think the pocket's going to be here, because it stayed in the same spot. The top of the wallet rotates, the base stays still, unless you open it up that way where you keep the top same and rotate the bottom. So a little bit of fun, just practicing, getting to know your prop, getting to know how it reacts and what it does. I guarantee if you just spend a couple days playing around with it, getting it in your hand, it's going to start to become more yours. And then as the months go by, as the years go by, this is something that's going to become personal to you. And you're really going to have a lot of use out of it. Chris, where were we?
What's that?
What's that? This is the man purse.
Oh.
The man purse. It carries,
very manly.
Very manly. Carries around a manly Morgan dollar. And check out, look inside, make sure there's nothing in there.
It's nothing.
Nothing?
And it's very soft.
Very soft. Suave.
Yes,
Suave.
very manly.
Need you to show that to everybody so that they know.
Promise.
They know. Watch the Morgan dollar. It goes inside. Get a little wave. And ooh-ah.
Ooh. Oh.
You can see the coin gets a little bit tinier. Oh, about the size of a dime. Look at that little bitty small coin there. Yeah, watch. If I place it back in. Back to the Morgan.
That's awesome.
This is where it gets really good. Just go nice and slow. You can see it gets smaller. Ooh, smaller still. Oh, it's about that size. You know what? Actually, I like the coin about like that.
That's awesome.
That's the one I like. But what's really cool is when you're watching ever so closely, see the large coin will still turn back into a little dime-sized coin.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
What the fudge?
This is where the illusion gets good. Now I'm going to call it illusion because that's what it is. See, it looks like the little coin goes inside. Looks like it's in there. And if I close it, if I close up the walls of the man purse, you would swear that that coin is trapped inside there, nice and small. But that's just an optical illusion. See, because it looks like in just a moment the coin is getting a little bigger. See, it looks like the shape of a tobacco cane there. And you can actually hear, that's an audible illusion. It sounds like it's getting a little bit bigger. And this is my favorite one of all. This is my favorite illusion. This is called the tactile illusion. Illusion of touch. Tacky, touch. Go ahead and see if you can feel the coin in there.
I can feel it, I can see.
Yeah, it feels like it's bigger, right? It feels like it's bigger. But what's the crazy thing is even though you can feel it getting bigger, it's hard to tell the actual size because it does in fact get very large. There, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a large coin.
I love this.
Fun stuff, huh? You know how it fits in there, right? Because it looks like it doesn't fit,
Yeah.
right? Most people would say that doesn't fit in there. It's made of rubber. Yeah, that all gag.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Just kidding.
Magic.
So this is very exciting to teach you guys. This is called Brother Jeffrey's Micro Macro. And that is a tribute title to Brother John Hammond, who was a famous card magician. And he had this incredible trick that has been performed the world over, where you take a standard size deck of playing cards, and right before the spectator's eyes, you turn that normal size playing card into the little playtime playing cards. And he would do it back and forth, and it was a really quick routine. It's quite brilliant. And the coin wallet works perfect for transposing a large Morgan dollar coin into something about the size of a dime. And you can go back and forth with it, as you saw in the routine. And I think it plays really well. We use some old patter talking about a man purse, and that's something that I've had fun with when it's one of those lines a spectator gave me. I'm going out performing, and I say, this is my little purse. And they're like, well, that looks kind of awkward. And I had to respond back and said, no, actually, it's a man purse. And then it went from there. Where you see it's manly because it's a little rough around the edges, and it's kind of outdoorsy. And that's ultimately where we came up with the idea of calling this the Traveler. And so you use a lot of the advantages of the wallet to get through this routine. And you see, ultimately, we're going to produce a jumbo coin. And so I'd like to go over the coins I use. First off, starting off with the silver dollar. I know some people are scared of using the larger coins. I really think for this routine, you want to maximize your contrast as much as possible. $50 for me is a good change, but if you can get away with using a dollar size coin, if at all, your hands will permit it, I think you'll do a lot better because you'll really see a good contrast. It'll make quite a change. And then your jumbo coin, I found a really nice one here that I think it matches up with the patina pretty well. You see sometimes our jumbo coins, so this one has an amazing milled edge. They're a little shiny, a little flashy. I like to kind of try to keep things as copacetic as possible, but use whatever you got. The last thing I'll mention is I'm actually using a silver dime. This is a dime minted before 1964, an American dime. It's a 10-cent coin. It's worth 10 cents. It's worth $1. And you know about dimes, right? You know about dimes, right? This isn't just any dime. This is made of silver, and so the contrast looks really good. If you use a normal dime, I might use the word dime, but I don't want to make a big emphasis in the trick that I'm turning into a dime. I want to say it into a small coin. And you'll see in the routine, I even hold it up just by the edges to give you an idea it's a coin, but to not make a huge deal about it, because the idea of this effect is that the coin is shrinking. And so I try to give the concept it's shrinking in value, it's shrinking in size, and I don't want to just call attention that, hey, he's changing out this large coin for this small coin. I want to use some Juan Tamara's ideas of the magic way. I want to dissolve. There's no possibility that there's nothing else inside the wallet. There's no way that I'm changing coins. It's actually changing out one coin for another. It is actually shrinking in size. It is actually growing in size. And so when I'm constantly displaying the empty wallet throughout, that's the concept I want to get across. And so that's why I let the spectator go ahead and examine it from the beginning. So those are the coins we're going to use in the explanation. So let's go into some details on the setup. And you open your wallet here. It's real simple. Place the large coin inside the Morgan. Close that up. And then your dime, you're going to use this as a little holdout. You're going to stick it right in one of the creases. And you'll find you can put almost any size coin in here. You can put a quarter or $50. It's a little big to put a full-size dollar coin in there. That doesn't quite work, but a $50 can fit in there nicely. And when you have a small coin, get the right order, that'd be a different trick. Have the right order, you'll find that this one will stay pretty natural like that in your pocket. It tends to stick. And also, you can cover this and have a nice, easy display. So this is my setup, and then the jumbo coin can be one of several places. You can have this in your back pocket, or what I like to do, I perform this trick pretty casual all the time, and I'll give you an example here. I've got a pair of cargo pants. Right now, cargo pants are hard to find. I did find a pair the other day, but usually with the cargo pants, this pocket is right on the side of your hip. When you have this pocket right here, you can keep large items anytime you need to pull them out and just have them ready to go. Neat thing I found about this cargo pants, and some of the modern ones have this for the tech people, this actually has a cell phone pocket in it. And so it works out perfect for a 3-inch jumbo coin. This is a Wrangler brand of cargo pants, but there's lots of different brands out there, and there's all different styles of pockets. You can find one that fits for you, but I really like this one. It's real easy to get a jumbo coin out, and we'll go over that, how we grab that here in just a second. But lots of different pants, even dress pants now, and that's what I'm wearing right now. I'll show you in a minute. Have cell phone pockets in them, and they're great for grabbing jumbo coins out of, already made in your pants. It's a good thing to have. So here's the routine. You're going to come out displaying the wallet, and as you open it, you hold the dime out of view. So let's go over that right here. As you open it, you hold the dime out of view. And then from there you can transfer it to any finger wherever you feel comfortable, but you're going to retrieve the Morgan dollar, and you can ask the spectator to examine this. I find this trick works really well for a small group of 2 to 3 people. 3 or 4 is a good number. So you can ask one spectator to examine that, and then you can have somebody else, if you're joking about being the man purse or whatever your pattern may be, you can have somebody else examine the purse. And there's several different ways you can do that. You can hold it with the dime. There shouldn't be any way to really see that dime there. Or you can get the dime out into a finger palm position and hold it back here. It's a small coin like that is very easy to hide inside your palm. And you can actually allow the spectators to examine inside the wallet, make sure there's nothing in there. Have them stick a finger in there, have them feel around. There's not really much they can do to beat this up. It's pretty durable. You might ask them not to try to cut out the stitching. I don't think anybody's going to do that. So another thing you can do with the display, you can retrieve the dime, is you can actually stick your thumb right there and peel back the dime with a little practice and get it into a finger palm position like that, and then open. So if you're there, the dime is there, you're covering it. As you display the purse, you just kind of dig it out. And I like to get it right there in kind of it's almost like a curl palm position. It is a finger palm, just such a small coin. You kind of control it with one hand, with one finger, just that middle digit there. And so then you open up the purse, the wallet, you hand out the coin, you can let somebody examine it, and I think it's very important here to let somebody examine inside and let them see that there's nothing, absolutely nothing in there. Ask them to put their finger in, ask them to touch, to feel, make sure that they are convinced that there's absolutely nothing in there. Because if they have a doubt later on, which they will, they want to have the memory that they can be recalled back. There was nothing in there. And so you want to start off with that convincing. And while we're at it, I think this is a good time to mention how to hand out and how to have spectators examine the wallet. And I tell you what, for years and years and years, I would take the wallet, I would say, look inside, and I would hand it to a spectator. And I would hand it to them, usually like this, with the gimmick, staring them right in the face. I'd hand it to them and say, look inside. And they'd look inside and say, nope, there's nothing in your purse. Jeff, you're clean. They'd hand it back. No problem. Never, ever busted. But then one day, I had this cute idea that I would do a little trick with this, and I call it, this is my magician's box, and I'm going to make things happen in it. And so I'd say, would you please examine my magician's box? And the spectator would go, oh, there's a pocket right here. And I would get busted. And this happened like a handful of times, and I just could not figure out. Well, here's what I figure out, the theory, and I think it's pretty factual. When you come up to somebody and you say, this is my purse, this is my wallet, it's a personal personal thing. And so just like the card to, when you do a card to wallet, lots of card guys do a card to wallet, nobody ever questions to examine your wallet. Why? Because it's where you keep your personal ID, it's where you keep your credit cards, your money, things that belong to you. So it's kind of taboo for a spectator to say, yeah, can I please examine your wallet and look through all your personal belongings? Same thing with this purse. When you say it's my purse, it's my wallet, then it's less likely that it's going to draw heat to it. But if you say, this is my magical apparatus, well, somebody's going to say, you know what? I've always wanted to look inside the magician's box, and I bet he's got some kind of trap door in there. And yep, there it is. There's the trap door. Hey, everybody, check it out. Mr. Magic's. He's trying to fool us all. And then you're busted. And there's not really anywhere to go except for just keep going on with your tricks and say, I don't know, that's where you can fold up a dollar bill and you can store your dollar bills down there. Yeah, let's keep going, right? So with that being said, always keep that in mind. If you're going to take the heat off this, that this is not a magical device, don't call it a magical device, right? Call it what it is. Call it a wallet, call it a purse, call it a satchel, call it a carrying case for my money. I don't know, but don't call it magical because then you're going to add some extra heat. And the old saying goes, don't run when you're not being chased. Don't put yourself in that situation where you're going to be chased. So with that being said, when you hand this out, if you're going to hand this to somebody, and I encourage you to be that bold, try it. If you hand it out with the gimmick facing like this, it's possible as they're examining it, highly unlikely possible they could see the flap here. If you hand it out to them with it pointing their face, they examine it, they flip it over, they're looking, this is my view, is that they're looking right over, they're seeing stitches. And of course, if you're holding it like this, the only stitches that need to be seen are the top stitches. And so, in my opinion, that's pretty well cloaked. That's pretty much invisible. The gimmick is gone. So those are some handling tips. I hope that you'll practice that, experiment with that. You'll see it will greatly improve your ability to let people examine it, let them be convinced, let them feel, let them touch. Similar to like the egg bag. You've got a very well disguised gimmick at your disposal. So that being said, we have our dime, finger palmed, and then we've got the purse has been examined, and this is the load. This is how we get the dime in. You say, of course, there's nothing in it. I'm showing it fairly cleanly. And what I do is as I come over, I open my hand and drop the dime in and say, nothing in the purse. So you can make good eye contact and say it's very clean. So that can work with pretty much any size coin. Say I have a Morgan dollar. I show nothing here. I'm clean. And my hands are open. Don't shoot. Nothing to be alarmed. Mr. Magic's clean. So you can try that with pretty much any size coin. Show nothing here. As you go to display, your hands are open, you're free, and you're dirty. All right, so that's what we're going to do. As they examine the purse, and we do that, we take back the silver dollar after we placed the purse here. And the move that I'm using for this change to get to the first change, we turn it into a dime, is a modified Mulholland slide vanish. It's a classic slide. It's found in Bobos. And if you don't know it, the idea is the coin starts about classic palm position. I'm going to stand up for this. And you slide the coin down. As soon as it looks like it goes in your hand, you're going to close your hands and actually steal the coin back out. And I usually do a motion like that to cover that I've got the coin in classic palm on the hand. So you slide and steal. So slide in and steal. So I like to show that my hand is nice and empty as it goes in. And then the coin kind of rests on your fingertips here. And that's the motion from there, come back out. So you can do a half step. Now if you add that to the purse, you've already got the dime inside. You're going to put your fingertips inside the purse and let that coin actually slide all the way in the purse. It can even bounce off the bottom. If you've got a small coin, you don't have to worry about hitting it. Let it slide in. Get a really good view. And the spectators clearly see it go in. Now to cover the steal, there's a slight body turn as you come here and you pull the coin back out. And then you show that it's turned into a dime. The coin is already in classic palm. So put it in. Now I'm going to do it without the body turn. I steal it right back out. And as I come up, I go into classic palm. And that's my cover. Now we're to the dime. So when we're here at the dime, we got to get the dime out. Got a coin in classic palm. I can reach in, but that's kind of awkward. I want to show cleanly that this coin has transformed into a small coin. So I'm going to use the little pincher scissor fingers to grab the dime. I pinch it. Now this gets me in a perfect position to clean up. I'm going to do a muscle pass with the silver dollar into the purse, just like that to clean up. And I display the dime. So if you don't know John Cornelius's muscle pass, I'm not going to give a too detailed explanation, but the idea is that you're squeezing the coin and causing it to shoot. So we're shooting the coin. Again, this is for demonstration purposes. This is not a very good muscle pass. I am squeezing the coin and shooting it inside the traveler. So if I've got the coin in classic palm, just simply shooting it right inside. Now, even if you don't have any knowledge or you can't do a muscle pass, you don't have to for this sleight. You can still simply reach in, grab the dime, and you can just drop the coin in your motion of movement. So you can come across and you can just drop it like that. And there's really no muscle pass involved in that. I just find it a little bit cleaner. I don't have to get quite as close. I can be a couple inches away and I can ditch the coin. That's why I use the muscle pass. And it's a fun move to do. So if you can do it, or if you've ever wanted to do it, this is a good confidence building spot to do it, because if you're going point blank range, it's kind of hard to miss if you're lined up. And it's a good way to practice. So I'd highly recommend it. So we've got the Morgan, our silver dollars inside. We've got our little dime. And I go to display. Remember, as I talked about, I like to display count the edges and say it's a small, tiny coin, just a little coin, and not call too much attention to it that it's a dime. I might say about the size of a dime, say that it is obviously decreased in value because it's smaller. But I don't go about really displaying the coin. I think that this creates a little more mystery about what just happened. What am I seeing? And I think that I am actually bringing the spectator in where they want to see more and more and more. And so the next change is real simple. You're displaying the small coin and you go to place it inside. You'll see there's a little extra floor space where the Morgan dollar doesn't quite take up the whole base of the wallet. And so that's where you want to aim for the coin. It's pretty simple. You place it in there. Now it's going to fall, but you don't want that talking. That obviously says, hey guys, there's 2 coins in here. Not good. So you place it in and then immediately switch over for the Morgan, holding in the same grip. And I like to come up with this little dripping action. Like it's just kind of like, I don't know, like it's like mercury, and it's just kind of whoom, just like growing up. So a little bit of animation, you know? And I think that's something always extra special to have in our coin magic is a little animation. And a lot of the old greats talked about that, particularly on stage, how your coin it's lively. And particularly in this routine where the coin is shrinking and growing, it's inflating, deflating. I want a little bit of movement on my coin, make it kind of fun. A little bit of animation just kind of creates this, makes that routine a little more fun. So a little dripping, just that coin's a little animated, just fun, you know. So now we're back dirty again. We've got the dime inside there, but we're going to go right into the quick change sequence. And I can't tell you how many jaws I've seen drop with this change sequence because it's fun. I think it's clean, and it creates a whole nother size of coin. It creates a little bit of mystery. What was there something I missed? No, I didn't miss it. It's right back, and so it's real quick. I'll show you without the wallet. What it is we go in with the large dollar coin, and as you get in, you kick it back into a clip. And so it's clipped right here with my middle finger and index finger. And if you see, that should be pretty clean that coin is clipped back in. You don't have to go back into any kind of edgy grip. You just want it right there, clipped off your index and middle finger. And that coin you see is pretty stuck there. I've got it just by the edge, just kind of on the lip of the coin. I've got it gripped. And so that allows me to go inside the wallet and I grab the dime. I come out. At this point, if I can show now that it's empty, very convincing. And I'm going to go right back inside and say it gets smaller, come back with nothing. And say, actually, I like it this size, about like that. Go back in one final time and kick out the Morgan into the fingertips. And you come out and say it's about that size. So let's take a look at this coin clip. It's going to go right there. and this is how it comes back out. So it's reversing of the motion. And if you'll notice, I want these fingers to stay pretty much the same. It's almost impossible to keep the same exact hand movements, but I want them, when I come out, there to be as minimal, I want there to be no change, but if there has to be some change, I want to minimize that as much as possible. So when I go inside the wallet, I come out, it looks pretty much the same. This looks the same, this looks the same, and then this final one, that should look just as close as possible as I can get it. So let me show you that inside the wallet here. So let's see where we're at in the routine. I've got the large coin, I've got the dime, and I want to maximize the ease of making this slide happen in a rapid succession, not too fast, but not too slow. You want just a good pace. I want the dime to fall here in the corner so I know exactly where it is. So you'll notice in the routine I kind of turn the opening of the wallet into a diamond shape. So the dime has to fall in the spot I need it. So I go in, I clip, I grab the dime, I show empty, I ditch the dime, there's nothing, I say it's a really small coin. I know right where the dime is because I left it in that spot, it didn't have time to move. I come back with dime, and then I come back with dollar. Okay, so let's do that at speed. So I've got dollar, dime, nothing, dime, dollar. So if I have it in the right spot, it should go just change, 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 change. And that right there is a very jaw-dropping sequence. And so you practice around different tempos, what feels right to you. But the advantage of the jaw drop there is your audience is going to relax for a second. Whoa, what did I just see? And that gives us time to do the ultra clean switch. And this is where we're going to actually use the pocket underneath the wallet. And we're going to do a pretty bold move, but I think it's pretty powerful. And this is an ideal, perfect time to use it. When it's on the offbeat, the audience is relaxing. You take the dollar, you toss it into the purse, and then you show it that it's clean, like that. Okay, let's break that down. So about this change, here's what you're going to do. You need the pocket to open as much as possible. And see your pocket here? Looks like a little mouth, little puppet. Hi there, guys. Hello. Hello, Mr. Pocket. Hello. Oh, I'm a nerd. Sorry. This is how you're going to get the coin to go in there. It's not as hard as you might think because this angle alone does not put a coin in that pocket. But I'm going to teach you how to do it. Once your coin purse is a little broken, if you haven't already broken your wallet, you can go back to the previous section and it explains in detail how to make it more pliable. And so I can do that with a little bit of squeeze of my hand. I can get that shape. The other thing I can do is after I made that last change, I show the silver dollar, I can reach back inside like this and I can pop the back of the wallet. If I pop the back a little bit, that helps see how the bottom goes down. And so in my hand, when I do that, it opens this up a little bit naturally. And so we're going to get into more details on how to open up this, and it'll give you a lot more ease of use. We'll get into that in a minute. But for now, I just want to give you the basic concept, is we're going to pitch the dollar, not necessarily aiming at the opening, but just aiming for the palm. Now that was perfect. If you hit that every time, it's awesome. Unfortunately, sometimes when you pitch it back here, it lands here, it lands here, it lands over here. I always aim for right about that because, I just aim that way so that I can land it there because I'm that good. Now, sometimes I miss, it's a delicate slight. It's hard to hit there every single time. That's probably a bad situation. If you see the coin is right below the leather, but I can recover. This is not good. You don't want to ever do that. But if you do, there's ways to recover. But the idea is you're going to toss the coin right there and hopefully land it just like that. That's perfect. You can toss the coin. That's pretty good. I can easily recover. Toss that just like that. That's the motion. Now from the front, this is good. This is bad. Good and bad. So you're going to have to experiment. If at any time the audience can see this back wall, they'll see that the coin does not go inside. If they see the front wall, they see the coin going inside. So it's hard to tell that's inside, that's not. So as long as you show them the front wall. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this, the bold drop. This is where you're placing the coin and it lands in your palm. Now that's about perfect. Again, that's right where you want it to be. It's this tossing motion. And see how the traveler is tilted back towards my body? That's so I can hide this back wall, because again, if the spectator sees this, what they're seeing is that. You want this view. So when I'm going in, that's actually behind the purse. So we're creating an illusion here. So when you see where your spectator's eyes are, you want their plane of sight, their eyes, to not be able to see that back wall. And this is pretty much done straight on. And so that's why we also want to do it on an offbeat. Let the coin land right there. Now this is just fine. That's a good toss. That's a decent toss as well. But that's what we're going for, where the edge of the coin is right inside that lip. So we're going for that motion, just like that. So when it's there, you're just going to position the coin in. And so this is a concept, this is a Roger Klaus idea of half steps. If you notice in the performance, I'll toss the coin and then I'll come back later to clean it up. And so if you get the coin there, that's about perfect. When you come back, you simply slide the coin in with your thumb, and I do this pinching motion, and it's kind of just a way to display the wallet, but it also could be as he's taking something out. I just show my hands clean, and they clearly can see then that there is just the small coin inside the wallet. So after you've got the coin in, you go up to display. You can show that's cleanly nothing inside except for the small coin. Cup your hand so you make sure you catch that. You can display it closed so you force their attention back to see inside the wallet. There's nothing there. And you can pretty much show any angle. One of the subtleties I like to do is blow inside. You'll quickly find out if there's any dust in there because it can actually shoot back into your eyes, so be careful. But blow in there, and that's a nonverbal cue to kind of say, okay, this thing's empty. It's a good subtle way, and you can display any angle you like. And then I go to cleanly drop in the small coin, so you can see, and I'll let the spectator see. There's no doubt it goes in. I close, and then I'm going to go through my different lines where I like to talk about this point called an illusion. Because say if they weren't buying that this coin is actually getting smaller and larger, they just cleanly saw it and possibly happen, I would let them relax a little bit with the word illusion. Okay, he's not working in allegiance with the devil. It's an illusion. It's casual because you've just burned your spectator. So I think that word takes off the edge a little bit. This is an illusion. Let me describe what an illusion is. It's an optical illusion. You clearly saw the small coin. You clearly saw it go inside. And the little subtlety that I like to show sometimes is, as I describe that the coin is getting bigger, I say you clearly saw it go in small. Now it starts to get bigger. This is an optical illusion. You can actually see the shadow of the coin. And I'm from small town America and small town Texas, and guys used to carry around a can of tobacco, Copenhagen, Skull, can of tobacco, and they would have this little can in their blue jeans. You could always see the outline in their back pocket, and it would look something kind of like that. And so for lots of times in my audience, I'll say, you see the little tobacco can, and it has this outline of the coin. And of course, you're just showing through the bottom, and that's about what it should look like, I would think. The coin is getting bigger. And so that is a optical illusion. Then I move on, I say, you know what, but there's another kind of illusion we magicians like to create, and that's an audible illusion. And I say it's the illusion of sound. And so I might bang here on the end of my finger and work my way to my ring. Sometimes with coin magic, I use my wedding ring, so I'll take it off. I'll use another trick, so I might also use the table. And so I'll start, let me get hardwood here. I'll start on the edge and make the sound grow. And that's just simply by hitting the corner where there's no coining, hitting the metal. So you get the sound. It sounds like a bigger coin, you know, that a little dime would not make that noise. But then I go on and I say, but my favorite illusion of all, we hardly ever do this, is a tactile illusion. And that's the actual word is tactile for touch. And I ask them to actually touch and feel the coin. And this is what's going to create the misdirection for me to steal and load the jumbo coin in just a minute. So I have my spectator. I'm holding the coin in, so there's no way it can come out. Nothing can come out. I ask my spectator to touch and say, can you feel that the coin is getting larger inside? And they feel, yeah, oh yeah, because the dime itself is so thin, it really doesn't matter where it is. If they're pinching the dime and the dollar at the same time, it doesn't matter because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 layers of leather pretty much that they're pinching. You can't feel the small coin. It's practically, it'd be impossible. And so you can say, they feel the coin. And then ideally I'm working for several spectators around the table. I say, well, can you feel the coin? And say, you felt it, right? And I kind of open up the purse, give it a little subtlety, like almost like this guy got to see inside. And so I'm creating kind of a dual reality, a mentalism thing. Like you felt the coin, you saw it, right? I'm kind of creating that. And they're saying yes to my question. And when I'm opening it up, this person over here actually thinks that they are responding to that they saw the coin getting bigger, but in reality they're responding to the touch because I'm just moving around. So it kind of looks like this. I say, did you feel the coin there? Yeah? Yeah, the coin's gotten bigger, right? And I move on, and so I was saying getting bigger, and they're still nodding, saying yes. And so hopefully these people are kind of falling in line, they're seeing it getting bigger. So I'm kind of creating a little illusion there. It's just kind of something fun to play with. And then I come to the next person and say, can you feel the coin? It's getting bigger. And what's neat is if you've got multiple people, you're setting them all up to tell, okay, I think that's the dollar-sized coin, that they can feel the coin in there. So you're convincing everybody that they know the exact situation in play, which is really setting us up for a jaw-dropping moment when we produce the large coin. So we go here, go to whoever is, and when I get to the last spectator, this is the steal, this is how I get the jumbo coin in display. So I'm going to stand up here. Again, I like to use cell phone pockets when possible. And if you can see in this pair of pants, these are some dress pants that are designed for service industry, and so they have a cell phone pocket. I'm going to steal the jumbo coin out of the cell phone pocket. I'll give you the full view here. Just steal that out under the cover of using the person that is sitting here at the table. So while they're touching it, my hand goes back into my pocket. I have to lean over just a little bit, and I'll steal out that jumbo coin. And that jumbo coin immediately goes into tenkai position, which is this position right here. This is tenkai. And so from the front, this is a stage manipulators move oftentimes, but we use this in card. This looks very similar to in Card Magic lateral palm, but this is called tenkai palm, named after Tenkai. And from most angles, particularly if you're holding an object that's acting as your magic wand, you got pretty good angles. So that's under good cover. So after I've used the person sitting right here, I use their body as a shield to steal the coin. I come back and say, you can feel it in there. I got to still be mindful. I want to always make sure this coin cannot fall out. I come back and I produce it. I say, you can feel the coin. You see my angles are pretty good. They can still see the purse. I say, but it's hard to tell how big it actually gets. And so then I'm going to load the coin in, and the motion of coming around, and then work at it, like really work at it, like it's kind of gotten stuck in there. And I work it, and kind of, I like to see, you want to see the leather kind of grow and expand, like you've got to really stretch that coin and get it to come out. Now, let's go with this load and a couple of points to be mindful of. First off, you still have the diamond here. That's very important. You don't want this to talk. You don't want this rattle. So you want to make sure that the dime lands down the bottom. It's completely out of your way. The other thing is, when you're stretching out the wallet, you're going to open up this pocket a little bit. So you want to make sure the pocket is facing up, not down. You don't want to lose a coin. Because if this reappears right now, that reappears right now, yeah, you're in trouble. So don't do that. You want to make sure that you're consistently aware of where that's at. You're going to come from tenkai, you open up the traveler, and it's just a motion of kicking that coin in. So my thumb's going to get out of the way, and the coin's going to just kind of roll in. And with the rounded edges, you can just kind of load it in like that. And then you can even switch hands if you want to be cleaner. You can produce it from the left hand, coming out. but it's that motion. You're talking about how you can't tell how large it's gotten. Other thing you can do is you can use your thumb here. You can kick it over and just get it in there at kind of an angle. That's the easiest way it's going to go in. And when you play around with this, jumbo coins are awesome for this because they're nice and round, but you can play around with other things. You can try putting a deck of cards in there. It's a different thing. We're going over some different tricks. There's different objects you can get in there, but usually the more rounded. If you have a smaller rounded base cell phone, you can load a cell phone in here, do a similar production. But the round coin works ideal. So just come over and try it like this, kick it in with your thumb. And then you want to make it like it's hard work. Put a little effort in there. Make sure that feels like the coin is coming out. Make sure once it gets past the dime, you're safe. So that can't talk with the dime anymore. Comes out. Notice now on that, my thumb came over, sealed that coin in. There's no way it can fall out. And then it comes out and you can display. You display like this, you're good. You display like this, you can see the dime. So if you like that, you can pretty much pull this back just like that. If you ever played soccer, it's like the soccer goalie. When the guy's driving in to score, if the goalie comes out to meet him, it gives him really hard chance. It's hard to, if this is our soccer goal and this is our goalie, it's hard to kick the ball in the goal. But if the goalie's back here, he gives more openings. So you want to hide that little dime there. You can come out pretty far with the coin. And then it's just a matter of sealing it up. And you can say that it doesn't even fit in there. I like to show a little perspective, different ways. There's no way that coin can get in there. A good display is like this, where you can see it looks like the coin is even bigger than the purse. That way you show a little bit of purse, but whatever you like. And so you've got that. And you can say, one of the fun things is there's the old, anytime people produce a jumbo coin, they used to always say, well, you know how that works, it's made of rubber. And there's a simple gag that I like to do because it really fits here. It's an old school trick, it's nothing of my own creation, but you can show that it looks like the coin is made of rubber. And that's one final way you can get your spectators. And you say, no, actually it's not. You toss it on the table, it makes a loud clash, and you've got another reaction. It's just an extra bonus. And so to teach that, it's real simple. It's just moving your hands. And because your hands are moving, the reflection of the light makes it appear that the coin is moving. And so as you rock the coin back and forth, it gives it this animation that it's actually made of rubber. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's like that old bending pencil. You take a pencil, and that's another way you can do it. Looks like it's made of rubber. And that's just a really light holding of the coin. If you try this at home, you see it's super easy. If you don't already know this one, don't want to waste much time on it. But you can see it's a super way to fool your spectators. So that's it. So you get the jumbo coin, you've got the Morgan dollar, you've got the dime. If you remember in the middle, you've got an impossibly small coin. So you got a routine where you're supposedly changing the coin into 4 different sizes. And I think it's a lot of fun. This is a workhorse. I do this all the time. Hope you guys enjoy it. Now in the studio performance, you saw I just had Chris here. Ideally with this trick, I would try to perform it for a minimum of 2 people, maybe 3. The reason being is for the final load, the best way to accomplish this is to have a spectator sitting immediately on your right. And if they're sitting there, you're going to use their body to cover the motion of stealing the jumbo coin. Now, of course, I talked about you can use the cell phone pants. Another thing you can do, you can have your jumbo coin in your back pocket. Am I buttoned? I'm not buttoned. You can have it in your back pocket, and that'll work just fine. Under a pinch, I do that all the time. But let me caution you, you need a little extra cover, because if I'm going to this back pocket, look what my elbow does. I've got this big chicken wing movement, and it's showing that I'm reaching for something. And so I try to stay away from that as much as possible. You really have to have a good body coverage. Your spectator that's sitting right here, use their body, get down their level, and really focus on the purse. Say misdirection, misdirection. They're focusing on the purse so you can steal the coin into Tenkai. So that's why I prefer the cell phone pants pocket, or if you're wearing cargo pants, just using that pocket there, because this trick works really casual. It's something you can wear if you got pants with extra pockets. That's what I recommend using. The other thing is if you got a coat, you can always have the coin clipped underneath. If you have any kind of money or coin clip, There's lots of different products out there you can find at magic shops. So there's DVDs, the Jeff McBride Manipulation Series videos will teach you all about coin clips. And you can have that under your coat or your vest. That's another spot you can steal from. But again, your arm's a little bit higher, so I prefer having the lower pocket. If I'm only performing for one spectator, I'm going to want them directly in front of me. And so as I ask them for the tactile illusion, ask them to feel the coin, I'm going to do something that might be similar to if you think of Apollo Robbins. If you ever studied any of his work, how he moves in on people, he gets an object and he moves in and cozies up buddy-buddy with them before he steals their wallet. If I only have one spectator, I'm going to say, can you touch this, and use that as an excuse to move in close to them, and I'll get my shoulder up against their shoulder, and then I'll go for the steal. So this arm is completely out of frame so that they don't see any of this. And then when I go to make the revelation, I'll step back in front of them, and then I'm clean. So if that makes sense. It's hard to explain here in the studio, but you want to get this arm, anything this hand's moving, you want all the direction here. You want this out of their frame. This should be beyond peripheral vision. They don't need to know that this right arm is doing anything. The heat needs to be on the purse. So here's another look at the Mulholland slide into classic palm. So you go in, and this is going to come out and steal the coin. This is completely exposed, and push it right there into classic palm. So that's where the coin is just going to naturally stick there. So as you slide in, goes in, steals out. Remember, this is in the motion with a little bit of a body turn. You're going to steal that coin out, goes into classic palm, and then I like to open my hand and show it empty. So just kind of a little magic gesture there, and that might account for why the coin has shrunk in size. So you go in, and then the muscle pass. At speed, it should look like this. Goes in and out. So after I've stolen the jumbo coin, it's in Tenkai. This is the over-the-shoulder view. This is going to stay closed. I pinch the corners of the wallet. I make sure that this stays up, that there's no way for that coin, the hidden coin, to pour out. There's no way, obviously, for the dime to fall out. And I squeeze it in. I can use this thumb to help kick it in. And then I'm going to go for my revelation. I'm going to make it a little bit hard. I'm going to make sure that it looks kind of hard, like it's not easy for it to come out. So. Okay, so at speed, it's going to look like this. You open, kick it in, go to reveal, like that. Or if you want to go the left-hand route, if you want to make, because this left hand's been seen really clean, you can kick it over. And I like to roll it around. And you could just lift it straight out, but I like to roll it around and make it stretch out. Like it really had a hard time fitting in there, because that does not, I don't think it is going to fit in there. So you got a cool illusion. So I've got something for you I can't quite explain. It involves some old coins, 3 old silver dollars. Now, I'm not sure how this works, but if you take the silver coins one at a time and you give a little squeeze, something extra special happens, a little mystery. You get some ancient Aztec gold, which is quite a mystery, really, because this Aztec gold looks vaguely Chinese. Yeah, I told you I couldn't really explain it. I'll do it for you again. Just give a little wave. There we go, look. More mysterious gold. Hey, first time I saw that, I was pretty impressed. It's kind of hard to explain, but watch here. That's 2 gold coins. I'll do the next one at the fingertips. Look at that. Changes from silver to gold. It's hard to tell. Just give a little change. But there's one problem, and this is what I really can't explain, is why, after all my hard work, how those gold coins turn right back to silver. Each and every one right back silver. I wish I could explain it. So here we go. This is the explanation of traveled coin. And this is, as you may have guessed it, it's an adaptation of the wild coin routine, which David Roth popularized. He took the wild card routine, turned it into a coin trick, and now it's become a modern classic. And so we're gonna do some cool stuff that you can do with the wallet that really add some additional features to this routine, some cool ways to clean up, to get to show that you're completely clean. The coins have really changed, that only the Traveler wallet is gonna allow you to do. So here's what you need. 3 silver coins, and then you're gonna need, let's see, 1, 2, 3 gold coins, maybe a couple more, I don't know. You can get as many as you want in there. There's, yeah, no, I'm just kidding, just kidding. You don't need these. You need 1 gold coin and then the 3 silver coins. Here's how this works. The Traveler wallet has a really cool principle to it. If you're familiar with this move in coin magic, and I use it in several of the tricks, it's the Benzias friction pass. The concept is you have multiple coins in the hand, you go to toss them to the other hand, now you only have 2 coins, you've held one back over here. So the Benzias friction pass is the concept that one coin will stay stuck to your hand. So when you toss those across, one stays back. That's a classic coin move. The great thing about the Traveler wallet is that the natural suede material on the inside will help with the Benzias friction pass. So here's what I'm talking about. If you place, say, 3 coins inside, you'll see that the lower coin will naturally want to stay inside the purse. So it just sits right there inside the wallet. So the lower coin will naturally stay in, just like that. So if we put that in a routine, and maybe say put your fingers underneath to give a little more support, a little more weight, you'll see the coins will shoot out and one likes to stay back. So just like that. And a little more natural if I'm standing up even, the coins come out. So for the traveled routine, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the gold coin. 3 silver coins in, and then right on top, the gold coin. And when we lay over the wallet like that, the gold coin goes down, the 3 silver coins come out, we're 1 ahead, all right? Now, I've played around with some different ways to do this. Originally, I used to keep the gold coin in the pocket, but you know what? It was just an extra move to get those coins out here and then to relieve the coin from the pocket. Don't think it's really necessary. Plus, like that, I'm instantly reset. You'll see that at the end of the trick. So you go to display like that, the coins come out. You can have these examined. If you're sitting down, you can have your spectators look them over. They can see there's absolutely no gimmicks needed for this routine. And at this point, I've got the gold coin still inside, and I'm gonna do this really natural display with the wallet. Where I go, when I grab the wallet, my fingers lay on top of the coin, and I just display it freely. There's nothing to be hidden. And basically, the coin can be balanced on 1 or 2 fingers, and it's just sitting there like that. So just in the motion, check out the coins. You don't want to flash this. Check out the coins, and then you're just display that there's nothing here. So I'm just going to grab the wallet, and I'm going to place 2 fingers on top, and then that's going to display. So this is the situation, but it looks free. I just got the 1 coin in there. Sometimes balance on 1 finger, just like this. And so then when I go to set down the wallet, I've got the coin in finger palm. I can set down the wallet. Now from this position, there's cool stuff you can do. You've got complete control over the coin. You can get it back into classic palm. A little practice, you can actually get it down into your sleeve. Don't know if you need to go that far. It's a little overkill. But from that position, you can really control the coin. You're completely free. So once I've got the coin out, it's going to be in finger palm, and I'm going to go display the silver coins. I show that both sides are silver. If the audience has already examined this, I can take a lot less time on this. But I toss them in, and then the last coin, I'm going to do a classic Bobo switch. So the sleight is very simple. We're going to change out the silver coin for the gold coin. And so that's done traditionally in a pitching motion, like this, and the silver coin is retained over here. So I actually don't need on my wedding ring for this routine. It's good for teaching, it's making some good noise, but the idea is simple. The gold coin is just going to be switched for the silver. So here's the Bobo switch from another angle. Just going to take the coin into the hand and drop the gold coin in the motion of closing this. So the audience should never really get a glimpse of this coin, and because it's metal moving, there's not anything to see. And then I take this up into classic palm. Oop, do it slow motion. That's an ugly classic palm. Into classic palm, and that's where I'm going to cover this up and then make my transformation. Now the other thing you can do, you don't have to go to classic palm. You can switch here. You can keep this, particularly if you're sitting down, you could just keep this in finger palm, which is a very relaxed position. Go to the gold, just like that. So at speed, we've got silver, silver, silver. Holding out here, gold coin there, and I'm just gonna go revelation like this. I like using the classic palm in a magical gesture like this. The reason being is a lot of people say, Jeff, your classic palm looks really good, and thanks. I wish it looked better. I just always have a little natural low spot here to my pinky finger, and I think a lot of performers do. And so what I do to cover that is I like to curve my hand just a little bit. I tend to raise my pinky just a little bit, just some little pointers on the classic palm. And if you put like an arched motion versus a flat motion, an arched motion, it kind of hides that unnatural curvature of your hand. So I just do that to clean up, put this hand out of the way, and then reveal the Chinese coin. Now, of course, with this routine, you can use any kind of coin for your transformation, any other color coin. I really like using a Chinese coin like this with the hole, because every time I do a change, the spectator can see, and you'll see this throughout the routine, see kind of the edge of the silver coin through there. They can see the movement. So it's really convincing. The great thing about these kind of Chinese coins is that hole is very convincing that the coin really has changed. So that's the first transformation. I'm going to show that it's gold. I can show it off all while keeping a coin concealed in the finger palm. Show it off, and then I'm going to go place it in the purse. And again, I'm going to do another kind of modified Bobo switch. I'm going to come over right here. I move this coin in and drop the silver coin. So I'll let you see that exposed. You got to be very careful not to let these coins talk. So sometimes I just kind of keep jingling these coins, because from this angle it's easy for this gold and silver coin. They can talk, they can touch each other. So you can keep these coins moving to mask the sound, so you don't have to worry about that. But that's all we're going to do, is switch out this gold coin, which is exposed, silver coin, and I may readjust the purse just so that my hand looks natural, because it just went into an unnatural position. So just kind of slightly move the purse, move it away from the spectators. Then I can go into the next coin. I've got two silver coins. Show them like this. And now from finger palm, I'm going to come across and do a modified French drop. Now traditionally a French drop is you're taking the coin away, acting like you've got it, but it's held in the hand. So I've got two coins here. I'm going to come across, and what I'm going to do instead of just a traditional French drop is I'm going to add the Chinese coin while shifting these two coins over and dropping the first coin. So hopefully that's clear. And we're going to paint the same picture, just that it's going to look like this coin has turned gold. But in reality, we just shift everything over. So it comes across right here. These coins shift at the same time while this coin drops. Move the hand away slowly. In an awkward position, I want people to think that I'm holding something in this right hand. So move this away. And then you can see visually it looks like a change where that first coin goes to gold, like that. So you're just going to come across and make that change. Hold this hand a little dirty, then you can get banter or joke at the audience or anything, because they're usually going to look at this hand, and then you can show them that it's clean. Get kind of a little gag in there. Then go to display. When you display, you can flip up the coins and pinch them here, show both sides of the coins. And then you're going to do a little shuttle pass by clipping the silver coin, you're going to toss just the gold because you've already got a silver coin here, so you're going to display like that. And then the spectators will clearly see there's just one gold and just one silver. You're one ahead. So that being said, with this part right here, you want to do your best to make sure the coins don't talk. And so in a live environment, you really don't have that issue. In the studio, I know we're making a little bit of noise, but this coin is just going to slide on as smooth as possible. And this one should drop as smooth as possible. You just readjust, holding these coins together so they don't talk. So this move should be pretty quiet to be natural. Okay. So where were we? We toss just the gold coin across. We got this kind of shuttle pass, so we've shown just one silver and just one gold. Now I pick up the gold coin. At this point, I'm already talking about the last coin. I'm going to do the last one for you right here so that I can come over here and just ditch another Bobo style switch where I clip the gold coin, dump the silver one. Now if they talk here, it's okay because they're going to talk inside the purse. Once the coins land in there, inside the wallet, they're going to make that noise. So it's okay if the silver coin hits this gold coin this time because once they land in the wallet, it's going to make noise anyway. You want that noise. And I'm already talking about this coin right here, saying we're going to do the last one at the fingertips. So the coin is right here. I've got the gold coin clipped like this. And all I do is a simple adjustment to a clip in between my first and second fingers. Just like that. So I'm clipped here. As I'm coming up, I just clip the coin like that. So there should be nothing to see from the front. It's clipped between my index and middle finger. This coin is at fingertip, and we're going to do what I understand to be is a Michael and Mar spellbound change. This coin, gold coin, comes up to mask the silver one. As it does, it lays right here. On the index finger, we're going to clip it, just like we just had the gold coin. It comes up ever so slightly to place the gold coin in the fingertips. The hand wipes away, and the gold coin comes out from between these fingers. A little slight discrepancy that nobody catches. And then the silver coin is in finger palm. You left the gold coin cleanly. So from here, the gold coin goes into a traditional spellbound position for that French drop. We're going to get another change because it's last coin, so we're going to do it up fancy, all nice and fancy. The right hand comes over, and this is right out of Stars of Magic, Die Vernon kind of stuff here. This is traditional spellbound moves. You come over and clip the gold coin in a thumb clip while replacing the silver coin. If you do a little coin spin with the index finger, you can spin it around, show that it's cleanly a gold coin. Then you're here with the gold coin, come back with another wave, drop the silver coin, deposit the gold coin. You can show this hand clean while rotating this coin into a finger palm. You're nice and clean. And now you're going to do a move of mine. Just commonly call it the tunnel change. And you grab the gold coin, pinch like so, and you're going to pass it through the hand. But as you pass it through the hand, you're going to clip it like this and pick up the silver coin. So I'm going to show you that from the front here. So from here, you can clip the coin up. We've still got the coin in finger palm. We're going to do my tunnel change. And what the idea of this is, the gold coin is going to go in the hand, and it's going to pass out silver on the other side. Come in silver, pass out gold. So let me show you what that looks like. I'll go into the hand. This is completely exposed, but just to give you the concept. As the coin passes in, it gets clipped like this. The silver coin is picked up, passed through. It's clearly seen as silver, comes back in. The gold coin is put back in the same exact position. So this is the exposed view from underneath. The gold coin is clipped. As it's passing through, pick up the silver coin. The left hand opens up, so they see just the silver coin up front, and then it passes through. The left finger's closed, finger palming the silver coin again. The gold coin is kicked back out, like that. So let me show it to you again one more time. So it's completely exposed. Gold clip, silver, show silver, come back silver, and gold. And that is the last change. One more time for the tunnel change from the front. Take the gold coin, clips in. This is with some intentional flashes. You see the silver comes out gold. So at speed, this should just melt in. And when you wiggle your fingers just a little bit, that creates a little more magic. My idea is that they should consistently see just one coin in the fingertips as that passes through. It's kind of hard to track where it actually changes color. Does it change color here, 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 or here? Don't really know, but it's just kind of mystery. All right, so there's the last change. Now with this gold coin, you can clearly drop it right in the Traveler. It's there. You can rattle this around. And once again, we're going to use the Benzias friction pass. So situation check. There is coin in left-hand finger palm. And there is 2 silvers underneath a gold coin in your coin wallet. Now we're going to toss over just like this, position the gold coin on bottom, and we're going to do a hang ping chin move. So remember from earlier, we can toss out the coins, the bottom coin will stay in. At the same time we do that, the left hand will open up, revealing its coin. So that looks like this. All right, so that's a very exposed view. Let's do it again, like that. And that motion away leaves you clean with the gold coin inside the wallet. So there you have it. You can display these silver coins, and you're effectively done. Now, of course, you're seeing a lot of the advantages with this, that this is so quiet for concealing this last coin. You can keep that in there. You know, you're not going to really be able to do this with other purses. Problem is, because there's gold clasp, there's lips, there's edges, the nice clean design really allows those coins to come out with the gold coin left inside. There's some additional ideas for cleanup here. Once you've got the silver coins out, you've got the gold coin in here, you can once again go to display, then you can move the gold coin up into finger palm, and then cleanly, without any noise, toss in your silver coins. And then when you go to close, you can just toss in the gold coin like this. And now you're instantly reset to perform the trick again. So just like that. The other things you could do is you can figure out ways to work the gold coin into the pocket, various things like that. So of course you can do lots of different fancy things here, but I find simplicity is best. And so you can just pitch in that gold coin, be done with it, be instantly reset. This is a workhorse routine, and the great thing about it, what I really think is an improvement, using the wallet, you don't have to have a cup or anything like that in a traditional wild coin routine, where if you're doing that table, you've got to carry around a big prop. Now, this all folds up, it's in your pocket, it's ready to go at any moment. You can do a wild coin routine. Another note I want to say about this routine is, if you notice, all the coins are in play. Traditionally, a wild coin routine is, here's one coin, it's silver, now it's gold. Let me move on to the next coin, it's silver, now it's gold. Here's the next coin, it's silver, now it's gold. With my routine, I like that all the coins are in play from the very beginning. Here's 3 silver coins, and one of them turns gold. And they're kind of a little bit different, where you can see the contrast from the silver to the gold. All the coins are in your hand until you're left out with the one final coin, and it's changing back and forth. I think that adds a little unique factor to it, and I hope you guys enjoy playing with this routine. So a couple other ideas while we're still talking about the wild coin. You know, there's lots of different versions out there. Obviously, David Roth started this movement of these ideas of taking this spellbound concept to changing multiple coins like a wild card routine. If you've already got a routine of your own, feel free to incorporate some of those ideas into this. If you've got some favorite spellbound changes, because there are plenty out there, throw some of those in here. Make this your own. You know, it's not just about cloning or copying exactly every single thing I do. Just realize that there's lots of advantages to using the wallet, that you don't have to carry around a purse, you don't have to carry around a cup, you don't have to carry around a big glass or a mug. Everything is contained right here in one concise unit, ready to go at any time. And so play around with it. You know, definitely make it your own. Have some fun with it. My friend Curtis Cam, who has been playing around with this with the wild coin routine, he had a really good idea, and something that I haven't really played around with too much, but I want to pitch the idea to you, is say you're going through your routine, and you change your coins to whatever. Speaking of Curtis, I have a coin that celebrates the volcano, or the Mauna Kea Observatory in Hawaii. So say I was changing them into this copper coin one at a time. I'm here. At the end of my routine, in the offbeat, this would be very bold, but you've got the coins here, and then changing them all into Chinese coins, just like that. And the concept for that would be that if you're doing all your changes inside the wallet, use the pocket to hide 3 completely different coins. So you get all these changes, and then as a kicker ending, you figure out a way to get out those coins convincingly, and then you've got 3 separate coins. Go ahead and ditch the wallet at that point. So there's lots of different ways to take this. I hope that that you'll play around with it. Hope you'll make it your own, and you'll add to the vast collection of knowledge there is for the wild coin. So good luck, have fun. High five. Oh, hey.
Take my money?
Just like that.
I don't even have
Yeah,
my
you don't have your wallet. Well, that's over here.
Oh, man.
World's quickest pickpocket right there. This is a 5. Thanks for giving me 5, Chris. Can I, you don't mind?
Yeah.
Can I borrow this for the trick?
Yeah.
Watch out. Take your $5 bill and change it into a 5. That's right. Your 5 into a 5. And you know what? We'll use this for the effect. In my pocket here, I have this guy. You ever seen one of those?
Did last trick.
Last trick. Well, now that is a poker chip satchel.
Nice.
That's right, poker chip satchel. And what you do is you get one of these in Las Vegas. When you're done, at the end of the day, you have all your small chips building up. You cash those in for like 1 large or 1 or 2 large chips, and then you can store this and take this up to your hotel room so you can play the next morning, right? Ironically, you get one of these for free in Vegas. Yeah. Every $1,000 you lose in the casino, they give you one of these for free.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. Yeah, it is. It's the only thing I got from Vegas.
That's awesome.
Actually, just like Vegas, you place your money in, and it vanishes. Unless you're a magician, then you can make it reappear. There you go. Actually, Chris, you should check that out. Some people think, yeah, there's some kind of cloaking device on there.
Nope.
Nope. We'll try this again. Maybe with a little more luck this time. Let's put our money in the casino bank and watch as it changes. Ooh. Look at that right there to a $100 chip. Yeah, you want to check that one out?
This.
No. Actually, go ahead, check it out. Make sure that is what it appears to be. Yeah. Ooh, fancy, 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 fancy. Small fortune, smart fortune. Actually, you know how you leave Vegas with a small fortune? You start with a large one. You start with a large one, and then you're left with a small one. Just like that. Tell you what, $5 chip. I should quit while I'm ahead. You know, this addiction. I should quit. You know what? Can you tell there's a chip in there? That's very important. You can feel.
Feel it.
Make sure I don't do anything, sneak anything in my pocket. Now we don't know what this is. It could be 5. It could be 100. Well, it could be $1 now. So make sure you feel that in there. We're going to go for something more. We're going to try to get a little more money. How about, let's say 125? Actually, let's go for 125 grand, if you don't mind.
What?
And there it is. Look at that. 25 grand poker plaques. That's like James Bond Casino Royale right there.
Nice.
There you go.
So I could just take a 5 out of this.
You can just take a 5 out, yeah. You can break this for change, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if you,
Awesome.
you practice hard, and then you can be like Buck Twins or something. All right, look at that. Oh,
Hey.
skills. The coin guy got
Hey.
skills. All right. I should quit.
That's awesome. So what about my 5?
What about your 5? No, let's see. Nope, not gonna break. Nope. Okay, let's talk about Chipsy. Chipsy. Fun name for a fun little routine that's a coin trick, but not a coin trick. I always like to have something around for you guys that's a coin trick, but not a coin trick. You know, that's what's fun about when you take card tricks to different levels. This is something that breaks up a little bit different storyline. Let's go over some of the props. You're gonna need a couple of poker chips, and you're gonna need a $5 bill if you go with that route, and you're gonna need some of these poker plaques. So how this coin routine, how this chip routine starts off is with the $5 bill. It's transformed into a $5 chip, which becomes the $100 chip, back and forth, and then ultimately into these plaques here. We'll get back to the $5 bill in just a minute. But first off, let's talk about the chips. For this routine to be effective, you want to have chips with good contrast. That's very important. And the other thing is, you want the denominations to be very legible. So when a spectator sees this, they see $5, clear, $100, clear. So I like these chips. These are Monte Carlo chips. I'm not sure if that was a real casino or not. I got these as sample chips off the internet. If you search for poker chip samples, you can find dozens of different styles of chips. And if you just buy the sample pack, it costs you a couple bucks plus shipping. They're very cheap to get a chip in each denomination. Here's another example of some good chips that's very easy to read the numbers. I think that's a very good example. I like this more professional feel. This feels like more of a real casino to me, so I don't use these. This looks like playing family night poker to me, but they're very clear, easy to read. These Monte Carlo ones, I really like them a lot. But here's some examples of bad ones. This would be very difficult for your spectator to see. It's hard to see. That actually says 5 on it somewhere. But it's very glittery, it's very shiny. There's a 25. They cast bad shadows. Stay away from something like that. I've got, this is a very nice heavy chip. It's 15 grams, so it's very heavy. But again, it's hard to read that says $1 on there. Stay away from that. And then these chips, nice and clear, but these are 8 or 9 gram chips. They're very light. And so for doing sleight of hand, you want something a little more weight. These chips feel about 14 grams each, and that's a high quality chip. I would go with something like this if you have the opportunity. But if you have chips around your house, go ahead and use those and get going in this routine. Go ahead and practice. Don't wait for that. So those are some thoughts there. Then over here we have these guys. These are 40-gram poker plaques. And you may recognize these from the James Bond movie, Casino Royale. And these are high dollar chips. A lot of people have not handled or touched these, so if you notice at the end of the routine, I like to toss them out, let people see these are real. It's kind of interesting. Even though they haven't played with them, seen them, maybe they've seen them in the movie, they'll recognize them from that. They know immediately what they are because they have that poker chip feel. And again, they're a contrasting color, and the denomination is pretty easy to read on these. These are going to be a little more expensive than the chips. If you look around the internet, expect to pay anywhere from $10 to $30 for a set of these. Usually they come in sets of 5, and they feel nice. They're 40 grams each. They weigh a lot. They're a real deal prop. And yeah, don't flash these in the parking lot, all right? Make it home safe after your show. Let everyone know these are costume chips. These are not real. They're not valuable. Oh, and a rubber band. I keep these poker plaques tied together with a rubber band doubled up at one end, on the very tip end. And these rubber bands are usually available from the grocery store. Let's see, yeah, this one says asparagus on it. This was around my dinner the other night. Sometimes broccoli, your different vegetables are tied up with these. You can use any rubber band, but I like these nice heavy duty ones because these guys are kind of thick and I want them to stay secure. So those are the props. Let's get into the routine. This is the setup for Chipsy. If you remember earlier from the micro macro routine, I talked about using a cell phone pocket. So what I'm going to do is place my 125 grand in the cell phone pocket. Now again, if you don't have a pocket like this for using, you can always use a back pocket. Just remember what I talked about with the boxing out, the motion of going to the back pocket. You don't want to have this chicken arm thing. So if you don't have a low pocket, again, cargo pants are great for this. Anywhere you can have a low side pocket for those chips, a good spot. The next thing we'll do is take the $100 chip and place that in the pocket. I like to use a $100 chip. You can use more. Just make sure that the chips have a good contrast. So not only do they see the value change, they can clearly see it's a completely different chip. So that's why I like this 100 one. I think it looks good, and it's a good amount. It's a believable amount that maybe I could have won $100. I don't know. I like going with that, but you could use a $500 or a $1,000 chip. Goes in the pocket. That is closed up and goes in my right front pants pocket with the pocket up, so the coin, the chip in this case,
won't fall out. Anytime you're storing it in the pocket, make sure you put the chip pocket, the coin pocket, make sure you put the coin pocket up so the chip or coin or whatever will not fall out, goes in the pocket. The next thing is the $5 bill folded in half, and that's going to be put in a back card clip position, just like this. And then the chip is in finger palm. Now I'm pretty dirty here to start off the trick, so you got to be set up as you join your spectator. But the good thing about this effect with the gimme five, high five routine, it's a great opener. So from this position, I can walk up to a spectator and not flash this, but if I'm just walking up, say give me five to your spectator, give me five to the cameraman, and then you produce a $5 bill from back clip. So if you've ever played around with this concept, if you're like me, it's real easy to back clip just like you back clip a paying card. I back clip everything. I back clip dollar bills when I'm paying for a bill. I produce that. I back clip credit cards, anything small, anything paper-like. Even if you, probably before you're in Magic, you may have known the secret of a back clip. I meet people all the time and say, hey, can you do that thing with a playing card where you hide it behind the back of your hand and produce it? It's a pretty common thing, but I do want to give a shout out credit for the idea of using a $5 bill in the Gimme 5. So that it goes to Carl Hein. Give Carl Hein complete credit for that. His idea he lectured on of using a $5 bill in the Gimme 5. Bam, producing like that. It's kind of cute. It's kind of catchy. It's a good way to get in the routine. So definitely shout out to Carl for that. But you can back clip any dollar bill. You can turn it to any denomination of poker chip. When I saw Carl's idea, I was like, wow, that's perfect for my routine. And from there, you take the $5 bill and you're going to fold it in half. Remember, you've got this finger palm, so you don't want to flash that. Fold the $5 bill in half, fold it in half again, and then in half, so you have this little piece like this. So any kind of currency you've got that can show a nice 5, because I'm going to get a really cool color change here by doing an Amar Spellbound color change again. We use this in the travel coin, the wild coin routine. It's one of my favorite color changes for coins. This time we're going to do a bill to a chip. And so it's real simple. The chip from finger palm is clipped in between the index and middle finger. So this is your exposed view. It's the spellbound change, clipped chip, chip clip. It's like you put on the bag of your potato chips, chip clip. And the 5, come over, pinch that with the thumb, minimal movement as you just come back down and reveal the coin. Excuse me, or the poker chip. Remember that poker chip's going to come from between the fingers. Small discrepancy, but it goes unnoticed. And then as this comes down, this goes into finger palm. You can pretty much have a nice relaxed or as tight as you want finger palm. And now you're left with the chip. Now I've got to go get what we're calling this time the wallet, we're calling it a satchel, coin satchel, whatever you like. But I show this hand is clean. And so this is the exposed view. You've got the $5 bill is hidden back here. I show my left hand nice and clean. As I go to this pocket, just an old ruse, I don't find what I'm looking for. Gives me motivation now to transfer the chip into my left hand. Now I've got motivation to go and ditch the $5 bill as I go into my right pocket, leave the bill, and then pull out the wallet. And at this point, I can set that down on the table. I could hand the chip off to a spectator if I don't have a table, but I like to just set it down there and say, have you ever seen one of these? And it's a conversation piece. Maybe they have, maybe they're not. Most likely they haven't. And I explain what it is. I say it's a chip satchel, and it's this fancy little thing, or not so fancy little thing, a little wallet they give you to store your chips at the casino. Since 99.9% of your spectators will have never seen one of these, the story's completely plausible, and it's kind of fun. And so I got the little gags talk about how it is something they give away at the casino if you lose so much money. It's the only thing I want in Vegas. And all these are lines from friends and spectators who have seen this trick. They've just kind of given them to me. They're great lines, and they give you a reason to talk about this interesting, strange object you're going to use this routine with. So then you pick up the chip from there, and you're going to do that Mulholland slide vanish again inside the wallet. So just a quick overview of that. The chip slides down. It's going to feel a little bit different because a chip is a different weight than a coin. So you're going to get it to slide down inside, Once it's inside, you're going to pull it out and move it into a classic palm. So completely exposed, you're going to move that up into a classic palm, like so. Just like that, slides in, your classic palm. Now that is done at the same time as it slides in. Get ahead of myself there. As it slides in at the same time as the hand turns over, and there's a whole body motion to kill the bad angle. And I like to do this little magical gesture to show that it's gone. You may not like the magical gesture. You can just pull it out and point, then that the chip is gone, and show it empty. Now remember, you don't want to expose. You do have a chip here, but you can show around nice and clean. Nevertheless, you need to get that chip into classic palm. Talk about how you lose money in Vegas. Everybody loses money in Vegas. And then I make this little magical gesture, and that's my cover for doing the muscle pass. And do the muscle pass again. Remember, it doesn't have to be a good muscle pass, but chips like this, 14 grams, about half the weight of a silver dollar. So it doesn't take much momentum to shoot this chip very far. It doesn't take a very good muscle pass because it's so light. And plus, since we're not going up against gravity, your muscle pass can be halfway decent. So you're going to come across and shoot it in. Let's get this angle to the camera. Shoot the coin or the chip. Get that right? Shoot the chip. And just like that. Now that's under cover of this wave, so it should be like that, and the chip just reappears. Something else you can do to give more misdirection that it didn't come from your palm is when you swing to the front to display the chip to everybody, you can separate your hand a little more from the wallet. So it's actually, in reality, it's right here, it's this close, but when you come around, you can create more distance. So there's no way that that chip came from your hand all the way over here without you somehow throwing it. But under the misdirection and coming across, then you're nice and clean and empty. So I really like that little subtlety to show there's nowhere that chip could come from. Now they're probably curious about the chip. This has just been explained as a little satchel. It's not that important. So I talk about maybe there's a cloaking device or something where that chip could hide. Let's put the heat on the chip, not on the wallet. Hand out the chip, let them examine that. And under the misdirection, you're going to now unload the 100 chip. Now there's several different ways to do this. The easiest way is what I call the thumb lift. And let me go over that. When you set the wallet on your fingertips right here, you're going to stick your thumb in like this and lift up. And that little bit of gravity is going to allow the chip to fall out. Now, again, you're going to want to note the tips about how to break in the pocket here, how I teach the best ways to get the pocket nice and open so the chip will fall out easy. Another thing is this is a lot easier with coins. Chips don't weigh as much, so you might have to give a little bit of a to get it to come out. But you want that chip to land right into finger palm. So let's show that again. You lift up with your thumb. Your thumb reaches over in, lifts it up, and the chip falls into finger palm. And then you can set down the wallet right back on top of it, and you're clean. You're right back where you were. So under the misdirection of handing out the first poker chip, you do that, and there's several different ways now that you can get the chip into the wallet. So one way is you can slide it around and just drop it in like this. The other way is you can display that it's empty if you need to hand out the satchel for examination, which you'll steal this chip back, and then you can go to show, yep, it's empty, and do the load like we did with the dime. I think we explained that in the micro-macro routine. You just simply, as showing the wallet empty, you come over and ditch it inside. Remember, there's no heat right now. There's no reason to expect that there's another chip into play. So don't run, don't make a move out of this. If you feel like you need more cover, you can always do this move down here at your side. So put it down here, and then it's just out of the way, and I could sneak that in out of frame while people are talking about the chip. And say, have you ever seen a chip like that? Have you ever been to that casino? Have you been to a casino? You can start up a little conversation. People talk about all kinds of things when you start a conversation about their gambling experiences and whatnot, or how they don't gamble, and you can applaud them for not gambling, or you can talk about whatever. You just get in a conversation, but the idea is you've got to get that $100 chip in there, out of frame or in frame. But those are the concepts there. Now, no reason, again, to suspect there's anything inside the wallet. You take the $5 chip back. You can do the Mulholland slide vanish again. Same thing. 5 goes in. You steal it out, and this time they can immediately see a color change. So now you've got the $100 chip. Similar to the micro-macro routine, we're going to reach in with 2 fingers, pinch that chip, and then do the muscle pass, ditching the 5. So that comes in, we go and display the 100. And let them see nice and cleanly that's a $100 chip. So again, if you don't use a muscle pass, this is a great routine to practice it. As you steal out the 100 chip, just shoot that other chip inside and go to display. There's great cover because everybody's looking at this chip. Even though it's in a very small frame, there's great cover for you to ditch the 5 coin, the 5 chip. All right, now I like to play with my spectators, say, now check this out, and take it back, creating more tension, more interest in the 100 chip. And you can hand it out then eventually after you play with them. It's a good way to take all the heat off of the wallet. And so now I've got a fun little line. A friend gave me when we were talking about this routine. He said, do you know how you leave Vegas with a small fortune? You start with a large one. So that fun little chuckle there that you get from this line gives you misdirection to do the bold drop. And once again, we're going to prepare the wallet by getting the back pocket open just a little bit. Or you can even adjust while placing the chip inside for a second, like that. It's just a casual motion, no reason to draw attention. You can push on the back, that opens up the pocket there while squeezing. You know how you leave Vegas with a small fortune? You start with a large one. And under that cover, you do the bold drop. So this is a pretty good position to be in, right there. And so now I'm simply, at the next beat, I'm going to come to clean this up, push the 100 chip in while lifting the wallet and dumping out the 5. Say, yep, that's a small fortune. So you're nice and clean. They clearly saw 100. If they've examined it, they've examined the 5. There's no way there's some kind of hypercolor ink from the 1980s on here. This guy does not change color. It's an impossible change, and there's nothing to see. Nice and clean. So you could end the routine right there. You could be done. That would be a great effect. You could pack this up and go on about the rest of your magic. But I love my final kicker ending, and let's go ahead and teach that. What you're going to do now is just a simple fake placement, and any kind of fake placement of a chip inside the wallet will work. If you want to load it in and kick it back into a clip that I talk about, I love clips like that. You can put it in, clip it, and you're clean. Maybe get in some kind of downs palm. But more than often, what I'll typically do is just use a classic palm, and I'll act like I'm dumping the coin in, so like that, and just make a really bold motion. And then I've got a cap subtlety here, where I've got the chip hidden in classic palm, and I can cleanly display. Now, there's just one chip inside the wallet. Of course, the spectators don't know the chip is in the pocket, but it feels like it's right inside. And I say, you know what? I should probably quit while I'm ahead. I still got $5, Let's build that up. And so I ask a spectator to examine, make sure, let them touch the wallet, make sure there's a chip in there. You feel just one chip, make sure they're convinced. And I say, I should probably quit while I'm ahead, but I want you to make sure we still got this chip here. Make sure I don't do anything sneaky, like sneak it in my pocket. And that's when I ditch the other chip. Is I actually, this is kind of like a Greg Wilson idea, where he says the exact action he's doing and proceeds to do it while saying he's not doing it. And so it's a great idea. Love Greg Wilson stuff. Says, you know what? You probably should hold on this. Make sure there's a chip there. Make sure I don't do anything sneaky like this. And I say, like I don't sneak it in my pocket. And so in that action of going to my pocket and patting it is when I actually ditch the chip. It's pretty bold. It flies right by. People say, hold on that. Make sure that I don't do anything sneaky, like sneak the chip into my wallet. Or you could also say, hold on to that because you know what? If I put this back in my pocket, I might go ahead and spend it. So you make sure the chip is still there. So you're giving this attention all to the wallet, making sure the spectator is focused on it, and they have a task to touch and feel and make sure it's in there. So while they're motivated to look at the task, the other spectators are wondering, is it really in there, or is he doing something sneaky, or is he going to find something I don't know? Everybody's kind of focused on the wallet. It's good misdirection for this bold placement of the other chip to the pocket. So now you're nice and clean, and you're going to ask the spectator if they can feel the chip. You say, now you don't know what the chip is. It could be 5, it could be 100 again. It could have gone down to just $1. And under that, I will allow as many spectators as possible. I might go around the table and say, can you feel the chip? Because I feel in this routine, the more people you can get convinced that they know or have a good idea of what is going on, the more minds you get to blow. You get to really have a greater impact on more people. So I like to go around, and then when I get to the last spectator, I like to have somebody here sitting on my right is when I'm going to do the steal of the poker plaques. And I say, can you feel the chip in there? And that's when I reach down into the pocket, and if it's like this situation, my spectator is lower than me, so I reach down and say, can you feel inside the pocket? And I'm using, again, their shoulder as they sit right here to block my steal. I reach into the pocket, steal out the poker plaques, and I'm going to put them into tenkai. You want kind of a deep tenkai, not so much a lateral palm, but a deep tenkai, like you had a playing card in some kind of cop position. And they feel, the last spectator feels the chip in there. You can come up. Now, if you've got a big, thick packet here, unlike the jumbo coin, it's really easy to flash from underneath. So you have to really watch your angles, that you keep your hand in the line of sight of your spectators. Make sure that they don't see what's going on underneath. So you kind of got to watch that angle there. It's the same deal as loading the jumbo coin. Let me give you the complete exposed view. You're going to open up the wallet and swing those chips or plaques inside. And then you're going to go up to display them. And the great thing about using the rubber band is it allows you to fan out the plaques. And as you do that, you want to be very cautious to make sure that the wallet itself doesn't disappear, because that's a disappearing wallet into poker plaques effect. You want them actually to see them coming out. That's very important. And then make this nice fan by just putting pressure, and they'll fight against the rubber band. So this is what that looks like. And you notice the rubber band starts to fall off, and that's good. That's what you want. So you're going to just put pressure on them and get that rubber band to start sliding off the bottom, so that it eventually, the band is dumped inside the wallet. And as you start taking them off one at a time, the band will fall out. You can hand that out for examination. Snap, snap, make some noise, let them know these are the real deal. There's no hologram, no illusion. These aren't some kind of transformer toy. And then kick off the rubber band down in the wallet, let go of that, and then pass these out for examination. And you've got a really strong kicker ending that you can hand out to multiple members of the audience. Lots of people can be involved in this, and you can talk about different stories. And if you're silly like I am, you can do some manipulation, card shuffles and whatnot. Not sure if I exactly recommend that, but you can have fun with these guys if you're into the cardistry stuff. Not really my thing, but it's fun. There you go. Ooh. All right. Do a little fancy hot shot type stuff. Oh, there we go. Should have quit before I dropped them. But have fun with that. That's Chipsy. It's a pretty powerful routine. It's cool. People are saying, like, where did that come from? I didn't see that. I just felt that purse. I just felt inside that little satchel of his, there's no way those large chips are in there. Yeah, that magician guy. And it's a fun one to see your spectators react to. So have fun. This is the fantastic 3-coin trick. You guys are going to love this one. Just uses 3 old silver coins, and a simple concept. Take those coins and give them a squeeze. The 3 coins become 2. Well, that's not really fantastic. Tell you what, did anybody see where that coin went? Did it? No. You know, I tell you what, we can do it with just 2 coins. 2 coins, give a squeeze. You get 1 coin. That works pretty good. Actually, the last one, and there it is, it 2 goes. You see it right here up the sleeve, there's 1. Didn't see that there, did you? I keep a second one up this sleeve, that's 2. And of course there's 1 right over here. Behind the knee, there it is, yep. And there you have it.
that's the 3-coin trick. Wait, now you guys want to see the fantastic 3-coin trick. Let me show you what really makes it fantastic. If I take a coin and give it a little squeeze, you'll see that it starts to get so small, impossibly small, it practically disappears. I'll do it for you again. Right here, give a squeeze. Next one gets so small that it's practically gone. Of course, this is what makes it so impressive. The coins don't go just anywhere. They actually travel right here, right back inside the purse. So that's 2 coins that traveled inside the purse. Watch the last one. You can see that there's no way for that coin to go inside. No way at all. So just give a squeeze, toss it up and across. And there it is, right inside. Impossible. 3 coins traveled right back inside the purse. This is the fantastic 3-coin trick. And let me tell you where the fantastic comes from. That is the mind of Doug Brewer. My friend Doug created the famous 3-coin trick. It's a coin purse routine, and I really, really love this trick. And Doug has graciously given me his blessing to use this and teach this to you guys. I hope that you'll check out some of his work. This is in his book called The Unexpected Visitor. He does a lot of restaurant magic, and it's some cool, mostly all coin routines that work for restaurant style work or walk around work. And Doug has a lot of other material out there you should check out as well. But this is one of my favorite tricks of his, and let's get into some of the handling. Before we get into the effect, let's talk about the setup. For the fantastic 3-coin trick, you're going to need your Traveler coin wallet loaded with 3 coins, and then we're going to have a coin in the pocket. So as we talked about, Doug Brewer's effect, his thinking, with this effect you get both one ahead and one behind at the same time. And you'll see that pretty soon we're going to be doing a one behind coin effect, but we're always going to be one ahead because inside the wallet, completely unknown to the spectators, is a coin resting. Here we go. So what sets the fantastic 3-coin trick apart and Doug's thinking is that you're allowed via a coin purse to get both one ahead and one behind at the same time. So we're going to use the unique advantages of the Traveler to help us do that really easy. So we're going to display 3 coins and talk about the fantastic 3-coin trick. And lots of times with my spectators, I like to say, hey, do you guys know why they call this the fantastic 3-coin trick? And sometimes you'll get sarcastic responses, but usually they'll say, because it uses 3 coins. And I say, that's exactly right. For this trick to work, we're going to make the 3 coins vanish one at a time, and it kind of starts off with a little bit of magician in trouble. Like you're expecting something fantastic to happen with these coins. Maybe they're going to multiply, grow, do something crazy, but lo and behold, they start disappearing on the magician. It's kind of unexpected, it's a little comical, and it's fun. So for the first coin to vanish, we're going to use the Benzias friction pass. Again, we're going to do it in the hands. So just take the coins and toss them across. One coin is held back in finger palm. And I like to do this a special way. My little touch on it is that as the coins are tossed, I immediately bring this coin up into classic palm in the motion of a wave. So as that comes across, this hand closes, this hand kicks the coin into classic palm and waves over, and then the coins are shown here. So at speed, that should look something like this. So 3 coins are clearly seen here, toss across, and then in a squeezing motion, the coins now become 2. Now, so I usually don't perform this over a table. So this hand kind of goes down dead to my side, which will allow me, in the motion of revealing the coins, to actually drop this coin from classic palm into finger palm. So that's the way I do it. I find it most natural. And then from here, I want to show that I truly have only 2 coins. I'm going to do a move I believe I learned from Rune Klon in Rune's World. I'm not sure what the origin may be from beforehand, but I'm going to do a switch to get
this coin in the right hand over in the left hand. This is something maybe similar as well you might see in like Chris Kenner's 3 fly or any kind of routine like that. You can give credit there to people for moving coins from hand to hand. So as this comes across, this coin is going to act like I'm taking this bottom coin. So I come across, I peel the bottom coin into a finger palm in the left hand, while the right hand reveals its coin and the hands separate. So we've got 2 coins in left, right hand comes across and separate. Now you can cleanly show 2 coins in both hands. And so that's just so people can see, the spectators can see he's not hiding a coin behind the 2 coins in his hand. Yet I'm hiding a coin here in my hand. So display like that. Now I can say, did you see where the coin went? And I can show the purse open. I can show the wallet open. And then that gives me motivation now to close it cleanly. I can say, did it go anywhere? And I start looking maybe at the spectators. I can joke around with the audience. I can point, you see it fall in this pocket. No, not that pocket. Gives me motivation to come over here. And I look down. I'm looking all the way down to my shoe at this point, all the way down my leg. I'm looking past my pocket. I say, did it go over here? And I ditch it casually in this pocket. Again, that's kind of a Greg Wilson idea, to do something boldly while describing you're not doing it, actually doing it. So that gives me motivation to get rid of the coin. And there's lots of different ways you could do this. You could obviously hold out the coin inside your hand at all times, but I want to get as squeaky clean as possible. And this is the way I feel that the routine works best. You could also do maybe a Greg Wilson all around square up. There's other ways you could ditch the coin, but I like this just nice bold of sticking in my pocket while casually talking. It flies right by people. In the studio, it's kind of hard to convey how well that works when you're working with a static camera, but try it. I think you'll really like it. So we're left with 2 coins now. And then I'm going to do, for this first part of the routine, another Benzias friction pass. And so you'll get a little bit of sound, the coin flying across, but it's going to be a really quick vanish. So this is not quite a true click pass. But again, it's going to look like this. You get a little bit of sound, cover, and reveal. So this one's a little bit quicker. Now from here, I can do some shuttle type passes, or to show that there's just 1 coin. So I could display the coin here and then take across, or go across and reveal. I can show just 1 coin if I want to take the time. Again, you might research some David Roth. He has some excellent shuttle passes. Jay Sankey has the flying shuttle. There are a lot of good shuttle passes. But the point is from here to get this next coin to vanish. So we're going to do a simple retention vanish. And I believe this is pretty similar to what Doug teaches in his original routine. And the retention vanish is a retention of sight, where you see the coin to the last second. You see it inside the hand, but in reality, it's stolen into a finger palm. So I like to give a little flash to create a little extra light. I'll wiggle that coin, give a little extra animation right before my retention. So this is the retention vanish. And so the way this works is as you're closing your hand, your thumb is in effect helping to pull back the coin, and the fingers are extending ever so slightly. So as the fingers extend, the thumb pulls back and the coin ends up in finger palm. So in performance, it should look totally natural like that. So a little bit of animation. And I think I may do my retention vanish different than David Roth. I think David Roth starts with his index finger and goes to pinky. But I like closing from this way. I could be wrong on that. I had to go back and study Roth's text. But he's one of the people that is really known for classic retention vanish. But it should look nicely like you're just placing the coin in there and your hand is closing. But in reality, it's stolen back out. And again, it's something you can do with the coin in classic palm. Of course, this is a pretty beginner basic move. There's lots of resources on this. You can go check out any of David Roth's classic text, Bobo's Coin Magic. Most any book is going to have resources on how to make your retention look great. But this is a quick move. From there, again, you're super dirty over here. Dirty as sin in your right hand. You're going to show that coin gone, and you immediately go up the right sleeve and reveal the coin by pushing it to the fingertips, right behind the sleeve. A little subtlety, I like to try to grab the cloth on my sleeve to kind of make it very convincing it came from up the sleeve. I believe that's a Troy Hoosier idea to do some things like that. If not, I know a lot of magicians have done that. And I like to call a little attention there to the sleeve again, and that gives me motivation for having a little bit of a cramped hand because I've still got this coin in classic palm. And I keep this hand back there and say, oh, you didn't see that there, did you? Now, this coin is held in a spellbound position, French drop. And as I'm calling attention to my sleeve, people are still looking here. It gives me motivation to drop my right hand down so this coin can land into finger palm. See down here at my side where it's out of the way. Now I'm going to do a spellbound change of sorts with 2 identical coins. So there'll be no change. It will fly right by past anybody. And what I do is I come over like I'm going to take this coin, but in reality, I reveal this coin from finger palm. So that's the move. Now I've got this coin right here. This is completely motivated because I'm going to reveal the next coin from my right sleeve. So as this comes across, let me give you the exposed view. I'm going to take this just like that. Now this hand is seen to be empty. Left hand is empty, so like that. Motivation is this coin needs to be in this hand so that I can come up here with the left hand to this sleeve and produce the next coin. And I like to really put in the Troy Hoosier subtlety here where you can actually show your hand is completely empty. And all that is the coin is resting on my thumb and I push it up against the sleeve. And it gives us nice motivation because this is the second coin revealed. I'm going to take a little more time. Besides, I mean, I've got 2 coins hidden in my hand, very dirty. I've got a little more time now to make a nice looking production. And I work that coin right off the sleeve, like so. Now I have 2 coins. And now you've got to get down to 3. So you can do several things here. One, you can do, again, a Mulholland slide. Use it as a clink pass. Mulholland slide, clink. You can point and steal that coin back out. You don't need to put it into classic palm. You can just put it into finger palm because you're going to go down to your knee. Other thing you can do is a himber. And himber is something that is difficult. It's a knacky sleight, but you're going to need it in just a moment for the 3-coin, the fake 3-coin count. So let me show you how that works. Himber is a little knacky move of using a pinky finger to catch a coin and bring it back into your hand. All right, did I lose you? This is how this works. It's using your pinky finger to catch a coin, balance that coin, and move it back into your hand. All right, so that's the way that you're getting one ahead. And let me break that down for you. Himber scares a lot of people, and possibly rightfully so. It's a very knacky move, but once you learn it, once you get it down, it is a masterpiece. It's something fun to play with. I think Jay Sankey joked about doing the Himber Vanish. Every time he does the move, he says a little prayer, and that you just hope that it will come back. But I've got a couple of little subtleties here that I think will help out. First off, use larger coins. The larger the coin, the easier it is to do Himber because there's more surface area to capture the coin on. Another thing is if you have your hand cupped just right and you practice your dropping the coin right into this target area, you'll minimize the possibility of missing the coin. The other thing is that it doesn't have to be all done with the right hand. Something that I've discovered is that you can use the left fingers to push the coin to where it needs to be. So say if you're off just a little bit, there's no way that's going to balance. You can use the left hand to put it in the right position. So this is Himber. It's simply dropping the coin on top of your pinky, using the left fingers to shield the pinky so it's not seen, and then closing the hand while stealing the coin back into your right hand. So that's the move at speed. Now this is going to take a lot of practice, but I've devised a way that helps you learn Himber quicker. Not only can you use the left hands, and this is, I was showing this to somebody, and somebody said that possibly Homer Lewag has some work on this, that he does it by catching the coin in midair. I'm not sure about that, how much that is true, but something I do while watching television, or I used to do, don't have to do it so much, is I practice a one-handed Himber. Now, most of the time you miss this, but occasionally, if you practice not using the other hand, you will catch that coin right there on the pinky. Ta-da! What was that? Am I 1 for 20, 1 for 30? Okay, so by practicing trying to catch it without using the other fingers, it will actually strengthen your aim and help you be better at the Himber. So just practicing. 1 for 1. All right, who witnessed that? Who saw it? There it is. By practicing that, it actually improves your ability to catch the coin. And then, once you've improved the ability to catch the coin, there's a lot less work to do with the left hand, and it's a lot easier to, when you don't hit the coin just perfect, it's a lot easier to pull it back into your right hand. So that's something you need to practice a little bit, but I guarantee if you do that, just practicing the move unassisted, and you can just do this mindlessly while watching television or your favorite Magic DVD, just practice this mindlessly, you'll eventually be a lot better at Himber. So now I've got to prove it that I can do it again. You guys going to cut me off? Are y'all still filming? That was close, right? Does that count? There it is. There it is. Ah, yeah. So just practice like that. And then it's a lot easier when you're doing the move and you don't hit it perfect. Once you get the feel for it, you understand the weight of the coin, what it feels like balancing it. It's a lot easier to do the move. I promise. I hope you enjoy that little tip. So back to the routine. So now that you've produced 2 coins, 1 from each sleeve, we've got to produce the 3rd coin. So if we use the Himber that we just discussed, you'll create a clink pass by dropping the coin from the right into the left, and you're going to steal that right hand coin right back into the right hand by closing. And so remember, you can use this hand as kind of a backstop to help you get the coin in. So here's the complete exposed view, like that. But we're going to steal the coin right back into the right hand. The other thing you can do, of course, is the Mulholland slide to create a clink pass. So let's do Himber. We steal this coin back into the right hand. The audience believes there are 2 coins in the closed left hand. Now I'm going to go to my knee. And so keeping this coin concealed, I go down and I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. I'm going to do the same thing I just did on the sleeve. This is completely exposed by hiding the coin behind my knee and try to grab a little bit of the pants material and pull the coin up. So again, this is from Himber. This coin is going to be in some kind of edgy grip or into a finger palm. I come down here, I reach to my knee, and I pretend to remove the coin from the knee. So what that looks like from the back side is the coin goes down. I'm holding it there with a finger. I can move it around wherever I want until I get to position, pinch a little bit of material, and work to remove that coin. Like somehow it was being pulled out of the cloth or magically like a magnet stuck behind my knee. Now what I like to do, a little subtlety here, is I produce the coin right here. So I want the audience's eyes to track the coin by flipping it up in the air across my body to here. It's just a little flourish, but I think it kind of reconvinces the audience that yes, there's still coins here. So they're seeing this one produce, and here's the flip across into the hand. So now that's the fantastic 3-coin trick, or so they think. It's a good complete trick. You could stop right there, but I think that it's great to go with Doug's original idea. And here you're going to do a false count of these 2 coins and convince the audience that there are 3, so that we can go into some more advantages of using the Traveler in this brilliant routine. So now we're going to grab the coins. The audience believes there's 3, and we're going to do a false count using Himber. So that is 1 coin drops, 2nd coin drops to Himber, is pulled back into the right hand, and immediately dropped a 3rd time. So you see 3 coins. So let's give you a complete exposed view of what that looks like. From the back side, we dropped 1 coin, drop 2 coin into Himber. That coin is stole back in, flipped around using the thumb, and counted in the same exact manner. So you want to have a good pace with this. So in real time, it looks something like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, not that one. 1, 2, 3. So that's a traditional false count using Himber. And so you just want to practice that move over and over again of getting the coin back into the right hand and immediately tossing it over. And so that's something you can just do mindlessly. Let's see, make sure that I get that sound in there. You want to really get that clink so it's convincing. And if I do this too much, my fingers eventually are going to turn to jello and I'm going to start messing up the move. But I think you guys get the idea. Okay, so that's the Himber. But of course, at this point in the routine, you've convincingly showed 3 coins. You've had a coin on your left sleeve, had a coin on your right sleeve, and you've had a coin down at your knee. And that last one flying across, I think is a pretty good convincer that there are now 3 coins in your left hand. So if you can't do Himber, it's okay. I think that you can still get away with it. It's just an extra convincer to say at this point, and that is the 3 coin trick. And then you're showing off the 1, 2, 3 coins. So now that you've done your Himber count, hopefully you practiced hard, you've learned that. If not, that's okay. Still have fun. Enjoy this routine. You're going to convincingly show the spectators why this is the fantastic 3-coin trick. And this was just the 3-coin trick. Now it's the fantastic 3-coin trick. So we are going to set them up for a surprise ending by saying we're going to do something even more amazing, something that's hands-off, coins to impossible location. So you've only got 2 coins in your hand. The spectators believe there are 3. You're going to do a Richard Sanders move where you reach over and you pick up a coin and display it. The spectators see it and just at the fingertips, so they should just see a small amount of the coin. That leaves only 1 coin in the hand. And after you display that coin, you come back, and in the motion of tapping, like you're tapping the coins here, you're going to lay down that coin and tap those 2 coins together, and notice you get the same exact sound. Sounds like that, sounds like that. So at speed, you show the coin, you tap it, and you're convincing the spectators you have a coin right here. In reality, there is nothing. All right, so from here, back across. Of course, you want to keep your hand on a tilted plane so the spectators can't see in this hand. But you're going to take 1 coin, show 2. Now you make your convincing gesture, and I like to kind of set up a little bit like I'm making it really small, like somehow maybe the coin is falling down inside the traveler, just a little bit. Now you've got 2 coins, and you're squeaky clean. Now you're going to do a placement, which is moving the coin into downs palm, which is just an old, I guess, stage manipulator move that probably goes back to T. Nelson Downs. I believe I learned this move from Jeff McBride. You're going to come across with 1 coin, place it in this hand. It's also very similar, I should note, to a David Roth edge grip, but we're going to go into downs palm, not edge grip. Place the coin convincingly into your left hand. As you close your fingers, the right hand steals the coin back out into downs palm, puts the fingers back, and closes. So let's get a good exposed view for that. So the idea is you're going to place the coin into the left palm. In one motion, the right fingers steal the coin back into downs palm. These fingers go back, left fingers close. I'm going to take this coin, use it as a magic wand, so that this hand is complete natural position. And this is straight T. Nelson Downs, David Roth, edge palm kind of work. You can clearly show your right hand is empty even though it's hiding a coin. Use the magic wand to give it a little wave. Cause the next coin to get impossibly small and toss it towards the purse. So from there, again, let's see, like this, place it here, give it a little wave, toss to the purse. Now I'm in a really clean position because I can show clearly 1 coin, 2 empty hands. And I say, this is what makes the routine fantastic. The right hand coin drops in the left hand. I can show that, a little bit of misdirection as I come down and drop this coin into finger palm. And then you're going to do the scoop at under move where you come in front of the traveler and you're going to just add the coin underneath, just like that. So it's all in one motion. The audience should not see that you just add that underneath. Now the situation, if you remember, we have a coin in the pocket, we have a coin underneath, and if you so like, you can, at this point, you can show that there's nothing using like a matrix style move, but I think that's running, you're not being chased. And then you're going to do a hot potato, so you've got the coin underneath, just by tossing from one hand to the other. The idea is simple. If you're tossing the two objects, they ride together. And so instead of doing this, we're just going to place the coin underneath the traveler, and then we just toss it across. So tossing across, see that the coin is there, and it just goes along for the ride. Okay, after you've done the hot potato, you're going to reveal that there are two coins inside of the traveler. Here's the issue. There are no coins inside of the traveler. So how are we going to do this convincingly? What you'll do is, keeping this coin that was under the wallet, you're going to keep it in finger palm, and you're going to open it up. Don't display it like this, but open it up just enough so they can't see inside. And then you're going to dump the supposed contents back into your hand, and it looks like this. So what is actually happening is, as the wallet is dumping open, that coin is falling out. So here's the complete exposed. The coin falls out, and then I'm adding some motion, some animation to the coin so they look like they come from inside. So there's nothing. One coin is added on top of the other. It makes a little jingle. That's great. And then they're kicked out. So at speed, you're going to get the illusion that I'm just pouring the coins back into my hand. And I can reveal there's nothing. Of course, in the purse, it's not really revelation. I can just display. There's no heat or no interest in this at this time. The interest should be all right here on these coins. So it's pretty simple, a little bit of practice. It's just letting that coin slide out. And again, once you've worn in the pocket just enough, once you get it opened up, flexed out a little bit, and again, using any oils from your skin to break down the suede, that coin is going to slide in and out pretty freely. Okay, so that is the motion there as I tip over, and the animation that it came out. So get this out of the way so your spectators can see the two coins. Two coins have come from inside the traveler. Now I'm going to do a really cool little setup here that I've developed. And what I'm going to do is place the wallet onto my hand just like this. But there's going to be a little secret, and that is I've got one finger inside the pocket, opening up nice and big. So if I want, I can do a little magic trick here. Ooh, look, that's the magnetic coin wallet. Ooh, whoa, all right. Looks pretty good, right? Ah, maybe not. But you're going to do that, and that's going to help you in just a second with the load. So there's nothing to be looked at here. You take one coin, you take the second one. Now they're clearly in there. It's a convincer, reconvincing the audience that they came from inside. And then it's a simple matter of picking up the wallet and holding it like so. Now what that does is that sets up where we've got an open pocket on top. Open pocket on top. Now that's very important. This is bad, that is good. So by having your finger in there previously, when you go to lift up, you should have a pretty good pocket. That's going to allow the coin to slide right in, because we're going to do a very bold, in-your-face ditch of the last coin. What we say is we hold the coin right here at the fingertips and say there's no way that coin can get inside, and there's not. It can't get in there. But as we come over and saying no way it can get in there, we've done the move. Just like that. And the coin has been loaded in. So let me just show you from the front. And this action of saying there's no way it can go inside, the coin is just added in, and give it a little couple extra taps for good measure. Bring your hands apart, make the coin vanish. So let's show that again for the front. Comes in, no way it can get in, just dropping the coin in, like that. And of course, gravity is going to do all the work for you. So tap, 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 no tap, 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 and tap. There you go. So once you've gotten here, once you've tapped the coin in, make the slow vanish as much as you like. I pretend that I toss the coin up. I kind of watch like it goes in and lands inside the traveler. And I do this right here. Try to get a little noise, a little jingle, just a reinforcer. There's coins in there. Of course, they haven't seen how many, but I can clearly show there's no coins in my hand. And I can even toss back and forth like this, showing both sides of the wallet. And now there's a couple different ways you can reveal. I'll show you my favorite one. I'll give you an alternative. My favorite way is to open up the wallet, and you can let a little flash of silver be seen by the audience. That's fine, because they're gonna have a hard time counting how many coins are actually in there. My favorite way to show the 3 coins is I start to get my pinky finger in position here as I'm going to turn over the wallet, and that coin is just going to rest there on my pinky. Now this is a little knacky. It's kind of like a himber, but I'll show you where this goes. I come over with my right hand and I steal that coin while reaching inside the wallet, and I steal the top coin and I show 2 coins. Now if you're a card magician, you may recognize this as the under the box load. You can show that a playing card has landed inside a box of playing cards, and it appears to come from inside by pulling it out the bottom. With the thumb inside, it's kind of convincing. With a thumb and a second coin inside, it looks really good. Now when I get here, I'm left with a 3rd coin, and that's the one, obviously, we just showed we placed 2 coins in the wallet so they know they're there. If it's the 3rd coin, we can be really dramatic and drop it out. And you've got the fantastic 3-coin trick. So let's look at this from a different angle. As I open this up, I adjust so that the pinky finger is right underneath and it catches the coin as gravity pulls it down. My right hand comes inside, grabs a coin, and my right fingers grab the coin underneath, and they slide out together so they appear to come from inside. And it creates a really cool retention illusion of sorts. So again, from here, this comes out, and then you can do a dramatic 3rd coin, just like that. And so that is the fantastic 3-coin trick. Of course, if that unload scares you, you can always do what we did previously, where you can dump the coins into the hand and show some animation. That's a very simple way to get the coins out because everything is contained in finger palm. Coins come out. That's the way you can reveal the 3. You can also do it from left hand into right by dropping the coin right into finger palm, where you can come across. You can get the same illusion again, or you can drop all 3 coins. Of course, I prefer the pinky method. So these are some of the easier methods, but I think whatever you practice with, you can get a really cool revelation of 3 coins from inside the traveler. So good luck with it. Have fun. This is the advanced sleights and troubleshooting section of the video. We are going to go over some of the sleights we've already seen a little more in depth, but also I'm going to give you a handful, more than a handful, a couple dozen or so sleights that I've developed over the many years of carrying this wallet every single day. And I'm going to give you some ideas, some tips. Many of these sleights are already in literature. I'm just going to show how well they work with the wallet. And if you have further questions, consult your copy of Bobo's Modern Coin Magic. Go find some of the Richard Kaufman, David Roth books and coin magic books. You can find a lot of great literature already in print on many of these sleights. But I'm going to try to give you some of the troubleshooting. I'm going to try to break some of the sleights down and help you out as much as possible in this video to get you going on your way with the magic. So let's dive in. All right, so let's talk about some of the sleights, and do so. Use a deck of cards. I'm not a card magician so much, but I do know a few moves, and I know that this is called Mechanic's Grip. Many of you may recognize that. And that's going to be the basis point for some of our sleights. What you're going to want to do is place your traveler wallet, what would be in the approximate front of the mechanics grip. That's going to be, for the most part, that's going to be where we hold the wallet for most of the slides. It's going to kind of sit high up here, resting a lot on the index finger, thumb, and middle finger. And that basic position is going to allow us to do a lot of the fake loads, because we're going to have more palm space to work with as we put our coins inside. And that's the idea. The coins have to find their way inside the hidden pocket. If you've got the wallet too far back, the coin is not going to have its space. It's going to fall out of the palm. And then if you've got the coin too far away, you're going to have more visual where the audience can see the coin exposed from the front. But if you have it up kind of in a high mechanics style grip, then you're going to have the most cover, so that I've got the fleshy part of the palm blocking my bad angles to the left, and then I've got my fingers here to help a little more cover from my right. And so there I've got pretty good angles once I've got a coin into my palm. So the idea for any basic fake load is that you want to keep the edge, front edge of the wallet facing towards your audience. If your audience can see the back edge, they're going to see that the coin does not really go inside. It's going to show up against the back. But if they only see the front edge, it's hard to tell where the coin is going in or not. And so along that lines, you're going to want to do a little bit of video practice on this. Just use your cell phone camera or whatever. You can use mirror practice as well. Understand wherever the eye line is of your audience, if their eyes can see the back wall, you're not going to create a good illusion when falsely loading the coin back into your palm. So let me give you front on what you'll see with that. So that's basically what you want. You should not see the back edge. If you see the back edge, then it's not going to look good. And basically, it might feel a little bit awkward how far back you have to keep the angle of the wallet. It's almost like a 45-degree angle. But trust me on this, to the audience, it looks completely natural that you're just tossing in a coin or placing in a coin into the wallet. That there's nothing awkward just because they're looking at a black wallet. It's black stitching on black sides. It's not awkward to the audience, but it might feel a little weird to you that normally you would just place something straight in, but you would have it on a level plane to the floor, but you're going to have to rock it back at almost a 45, maybe a 40-degree angle to create the right illusion. So with that, the first load, the basic one, is that you just pinch the coin in between the thumb and index finger, and you're going to just place it like you're placing it into the wallet. Your fingers kind of provide a cover over the top, but the coin goes behind like that. So the coin just goes to the back, and the fingers kind of mask, and it's just a quick placing motion. So like that. And if you notice, I don't get the coin into the pocket. Ideally, I get just the very lip of the coin on the lip of the leather, and that's perfect. Sometimes it may miss a little bit, that's fine. This is bad. You want to try to avoid that at all costs, because then you have to back up and put the coin in, and that'll take a couple of moves. So you're going to want to play around with that because it is a little knacky at first, but I promise you with a little bit of practice, it'll become very natural. Just as natural as placing the coin inside, it'll become just as natural to place the coin behind. Just a little bit of practice, and that's about what you want. Perfect right there. A variation of that is what I call the bold drop, and you've got to watch your angles are a little worse on this, so it's really good to do this in the offbeat after you performed a trick. You'll see, like in Brother Jeffrey's micro-macro routine, I perform the bold drop, but I do it after the audience has seen one final change, and it kind of fits in where they've relaxed. You can see the tension goes away, and they've relaxed, so it's okay to do that bold drop. And that's where the idea is I just pitch the coin right into my palm, and that's a pretty good one there. So the idea is the coin drops from a little bit of a height and lands in the palm. The philosophy here is a Roger Klaus half step. Roger Klaus had the brilliant idea that sometimes if a move might look suspicious, break it up into two smaller moves and do it in half steps, kind of like in music, a quarter note breaks into 2 eighth notes, or a whole note into 2 half notes, and that way you can disarm the audience by not doing something really fidgety. So after you have a coin in position, or a decent position like this, the loading is going to be in the next half step. And so that's going to be in the action of readjusting the wallet for something. For example, say I've got the coin here. What I'll do is I will push in the coin. This position, it's really easy to just push it in. I'll do that with my thumb. And then in the action of picking up the wallet to display it, I'll squeeze the coin in like that. I didn't get it quite all the way in. A little jiggle can readjust that. It's no issue. You don't stress about that. But from here, the thumb will go behind, push down the coin, and in, all in one fluid motion. Now there's another variation to this that I use quite frequently. If I'm going to do a color change, say I've already got a coin inside the wallet, for example, this Chinese coin, if I pitch in the coin, that's not a very good one, but I'll still make it work. I'll grab the edge of the wallet and go up and display in the action of changing the color. So there's a little more motion that I'm bringing up to show the change. So we can look at that again. Drop, that's a pretty good one. Go and pinch and go up the corner and then display. So it's in that motion of displaying or readjusting the box shape that I can actually get the coin the rest of the way in. And it becomes very natural. It's just as natural as picking it up and readjusting. Let me give you one other variation. Sometimes you need to make two coins vanish. And if you need to do that, the idea is that you would pitch the first coin. That's perfect. Now the second coin is even easier because I need the noise to make the illusion. Land in. Now I've got both coins. The bottom coin acts as a shim to put the second coin in. So you can play around with that. Just watch your angles again, make sure that you got the right angle. One coin, two coin, pick up, and I can get the noise. I shook that coin out there. It's kind of hard doing it for the camera. But again, with something like that, don't stress. You can easily just reposition again. And you can still get the illusion. It sounds like coins are in there, but they're not. Surprise! All right, so now you're probably wondering, I'm practicing, I'm getting in live performance. What happens if I miss? What happens if I got a really bad one? That's going to be hard to readjust. I mean, you can't really rock that back in without doing some kind of crab crawl movement with your fingers. In that case, you know what? Just roll with it. Reach in, act like you're reaching into the wallet. Pull out the coin again, display, and you can say, "Did you really see it? There it is." And try again. Take another shot. Second time I get it, and I go through, readjust, I'm good. All right, so always just be on your feet, be ready for that. If it does miss, or say you get in the wrong spot, that's going to be hard to recover from. Just act like you're pulling it out, and try again. So there you go. So now we're in a pretty good position. That's a little under the lip, but I can save that, just like that. So let's see, in real time, just face onto the camera, it can look something like that. Push it in, done. All right. Of course, you'll want to have your proper storyline going on, but this is just real time, the move. And there, so we're good. So in real time, the place looks like that. I'll be there, and then in the next movement, I just readjust. In real time, the bold drop looks like that. And then as I talk or whatever, I come back later, and I'm good. So it should be that fast in performance. It's going to take you a little while to get there, but I know you can do it. It's just simple as tossing the coin, readjust. Here's one of the easier loads. This is a finger palm load. We use this in several routines, and it's a great way to load a coin inside the wallet in any of your routines you may use. Idea is if you're holding out a coin, you made it vanish, it's in finger palm. As you show the wallet empty, you're going to swing it under your hand and drop the coin in as you display nothing to hide. This is kind of just a universal symbol for don't shoot. I've got nothing in my hands, there's nothing going on. And under that guise of showing that, you just drop the coin in. So at real time, it's like that. And this should be done kind of as you're casually talking to the spectators, saying, you can see the purse is empty, I don't have anything to put in there, nothing going on, and it fits nicely in any routine. After the spectator's examined You can let them see it, they see it, you say nothing in there. I use this little open kind of gesture. You can dump. The hands feel pretty free and open, and then just drop it in. So obviously this works with different size coins and everything. One thing I do want to go over with this move is you want to stay away from any kind of crossing over the opening. So at first I thought maybe there's ways you could ditch things, and it's possible, but with this move you want to be as free and open as possible. You don't want it to look like it gets caught up or is ever really under the shadow of your hand. And so with that, just make sure it's a free move and it's kind of all in one motion that the coin is dropped inside. So that should give a good look. Whoa, drop. All right, there we go. This is one of the more difficult. Here's one of the more difficult moves. This is Himber with the wallet. All right, you guys know Himber. We went over that with the fantastic 3-coin trick, the idea of stealing the coin back into your right hand. We can also do that into the open wallet. Oh yes, oh yes. So put your wallet in a mechanics grip, but modify it a little bit. You want it in a diamond shape where a tip is pointing right at you, where it hits you right in between the eyes. And you're going to Himber right into that corner, and then that allows you to steal the coin back out. So at speed it looks like that. And this is a fun one to do on magicians. They're like, you just, what? No, there's no way you Himbered out of a purse, out of your wallet. No, it's a fun one. Another modification of that is if you have the wallet up in the standard kind of mechanics grip position where you put it, you can actually, with the right angles, you can Himber into your palm and pull it out. So you know, a little point that it's in there and rock it forward. You do a little just kind of slidini feel, you know, shake the purse, make it act like there's really a coin in there. Little subtleties you can do in performance. Don't forget those kind of things. You've got to believe that the coin is in there as well for the audience to be convinced. With that as well, I don't use smaller coins, but I find usually with the wallet, $50 can work as well for me. As I say that does not work. There it is. The smaller nature of the $50 doesn't work for my hand for Himber, but with the wallet, I'm able to create a smaller area, and the sides can actually help me to get the coin onto my pinky. So that's something with different sizes. Here's with the dime, let's see. Nope, not gonna work today. Himber the dime, come on. Oh, come on, just for show. Nope, oh, I got it, okay, that counts, right? But it's easier with the dollar, that's what I practice with. And so it can kind of help. It actually can give you a different feel for Himber because you got a smaller target versus the whole palm of your hand. So play around with that one, it's a lot of fun. One thing I may not have mentioned about Himber is your pinky finger doesn't stick out until like the last minute. Once it has cover of this hand, make sure you're not doing this. That would be bad. Why is he drinking tea? We're not drinking tea, we're doing coin magic, people. So as the cover comes in, that's when the pinky comes out to catch it. And so that would imply the same thing if you're Himbering inside of the wallet. You're here, as you come down, then the pinky comes out. So I'm watching the monitor there, so I missed that slide, but that's the idea. And so you want to, on this, there's a pretty good angle back on the wallet to create that illusion as I pull it out. Another good thing is if you do Himber and you get it down, it's great to take that coin back into a curl palm position. So once you're here, you can go to display the wallet, and you've got really open hands if you wanted to instant vanish, because that coin is hidden down there. So you've got a really open display. Let me do that for you real time. So Himber in, this, and display. Another thing is you can convince people that the coin is in there. Actually, oh, there is a coin in there. Thought it felt heavy. Say I'm going to do some kind of color change, so I've got a different coin in there. I can go Himber in, and then I can immediately close it, and I've got a display like this. And now I can ask the spectator if they can feel coin in there, which they won't feel the silver coin, they'll be feeling that gold coin in there. And I can do a switch that way. And then later on, when I need to reveal the coin, I've got a gold coin inside. So some fun stuff with the Himber. Again, it's a knacky move. It takes a little bit of practice. but it's a very powerful coin sleight. And you put it in conjunction with the wallet, and you can then get coins in and out of impossible locations. So it's a cool thing to do. Hope you enjoy that. Okay, so in the Fantastic 3-coin trick, one of the cool loads I do is the tap in. And so you have your pocket exposed, and that's when you tap the coin and just drop it in the pocket and tap a few more times, tap, tap. It can't go in, there's no way. And the spectators feel that the coin is in your hand, but it vanishes. Bam, bam, bam. So let's go over real quickly again how you get the pocket open like that. When the wallet is on your palm, you stick your middle finger into the pocket so it's opened up nice and wide. And then you have it there. And then as you reposition, you can do this one-handed, but I find sometimes you gotta be a little slower, more cautious. So I just reach over and place it here like that. I don't think that's too awkward, but it can be done one-handed, but you've got to worry about the pocket closing. You want that to be nice and free and open, because if the pocket's not open, the move doesn't work. I have extra. You got to make sure that pocket's open. So just simple as showing the coin openly displayed. This is a very natural way to hold a coin. Tap. You come over, and a little bit of pressure with your thumb will break the coin off the rest of your fingers. Drops in the same motion of tapping. This is a fooler. This is a great illusion. So like that. And if you're wanting to get it right back out, dump the coin, and then keep going. So you can just tap, tap it in. And then once the coin's inside, you've shown it vanished. It's a simple manner of just dropping the wallet into your open fingertips. And now occasionally, let me just say, if you don't have the pocket opened up, or if your pocket is not broke in, the coin could find itself in this position. That should be pretty good. Your angle should be pretty good. Just shake it in there. Now it's in, and you're free to display. You can do that hot potato, but you can actually show the underside because you're completely clean. Always keep the pocket facing back towards you. Don't ever toss like this. The coin can come out. Make sure that you keep the pocket on this plane versus a projectile of the coin. I like that. That'd be bad. So hope you enjoy that over the top, tap, tap, tap it in load. This is the Scott Robinson pitch in the pocket load, the pitch load. This is fun. Scott Robinson, my good friend out of Charlotte, North Carolina, has a move where he takes a coin and it vanishes inside a deck of cards. And the way he does so is while talking about the coin, he goes and displays it and places it on top of the deck, but it vanishes. In reality, he's pitched it behind the deck, which he's holding in a high mechanics grip. The coin goes behind. So what you do is this motion of showing the coin, you come from behind, you pitch it into position, then you act like you place it in. But nothing goes inside because the coin's back here. This completely flies by the audience with a good shiny silver coin because you really don't see this. So it's over and up. So it's this display, going to display the coin right here. I go to place it in, but in reality it's here. Now you're in a position for your half move that we already talked about. You just place the coin in as you reposition. Okay? Where would you use this? In any routine that you need to act like you're placing the coin inside the wallet. This is just, it's a display, it's a natural way. It's like Slidini would always hold up the coin and you'd never know if it was there or not. Slidini is in his action. So you're just in this display of you're showing the coin to this side of the audience. You come around, you place it in. It's just kind of one of those, here's the coin here, here's the coin here, and I place it in there. And so it's just a good display. And you could use this in other routines. You could probably use this in the micro-macro routine as you change out the coin instead of the bold drop. You could use this in your own routines anytime you need to make a coin vanish. So it's a fun move to do. We're going to go over some of the unloading here. So once you already have the coin hidden, it's vanished. There's several different techniques, and I'm sure you'll invent some more along the way that you can unload the coin. One of the easy ones is what I call the thumb unload, and if I'm in this position, I simply place the thumb inside the wallet and I lift up on the front wall, and that causes the coin to fall out right into finger palm. Then I can set it back down. Cool thing about this is you're here, you've then got the coin underneath. You can do hot potato, and then you can hand out the wallet for examination, and there's nothing there. So that's the thumb unload. I'll do that for you at least one more time here, just to make sure you got it. The coin is already inside. We established there's a coin in there, but we don't, maybe the audience has felt the coin in there. We've got to convincingly get it out. The thumb goes in, pushes up, and just in this rocking motion, there's nothing to see here. The hand should cover that coin sliding out, and it places back. And so it can just be in casual conversation. Another thing I want to reiterate, make sure that you know where your pocket is at all time. I know I already talked about the Sharpie mark, but make sure that you're practicing before you get into a position like this, that the pocket's in the right angle. Because if it's facing this way in the front, you could expose the coin. If it's facing to the side, you might be juggling. Why is the coin not falling out? Well, it's not falling out because you don't have the pocket facing the right way. So always be aware of your pocket orientation when you do your loading and unloading and you're tossing around, because you don't want to be displaying the wallet a wrong way where people see a flash of silver in there. That's going to look awkward. Let's see, so another unload with that is another two-handed finger palm load. This is for the camera. I'm going to move my hand in an awkward position, but the idea is you just dump it and you put some animation with your hand. The coin motion is this: once it lands, you flip it back, kind of like a Jay Sankey flying shuttle, or any of those other guys that have worked on moving shuttle passes. You come over, and as you dump, you move the wallet back like the coin has come out. You can do this from one hand to the other. This is from the left hand to the right. I come over and I watch. This is my bad angle from the front. So I bring my hand up to shield. I dump the coin out like that and then make the motion like that with my right hand. Another variation with that is if you already have a coin in finger palm, it's okay if they make some noise here. I can jiggle and then toss the two coins. So again, my arms might not be in the right position. It's just for the camera here. I want you guys to understand that you want to turn this a little bit back. You don't want the audience to be able to see inside. That would be bad. They see there's no coins. But it's just kind of a little bit of a masking that it's here, a little jingle, and a toss. And the wallet kind of moves out of frame so they just look at the coins. Another variation on that, where I talked about the unloading the box. This looks really good for Fantastic 3 coin. If you've already got two coins inside and then getting that coin out from underneath, you can either use the pinky method already taught, or you balance the coin on your pinky or into the finger palm and doing the under the box unload. And then you have a coin very convincingly inside if you're trying to make multiple coins appear inside. These are all different variations, but just play around with it. You can see there's just lots of different ways you can make it look convincing, whatever feels natural for your hands. I think that you can find some different ways to unload with this kind of basic method. You have some fun. So the wallet works really good for the strike vanish. It's got a large footprint. You may want to experiment if you do the David Williamson strike vanish. The idea of just hitting the coin, making it disappear. Then you're clean. Of course, you're here. The idea of the strike vanish, of course, that you're making the coin disappear from one hand underneath an object in the other. You need some kind of magic wand. The wallet is nice and wide, so you can use the wallet to make the coin vanish. So there you go. Cool. So one of the original ideas I had in some of my early routines is a very magical moment you can create with the wallet, because you can actually cause it to close on its own. And what I would do is, in the middle of a routine, I would make a coin a one-handed vanish, like some kind of French pop, make the coin vanish, and then after it vanished, I would imply that somehow it reappears in the other hand, and it looks something like this. And come to display. And so if you angle it such that your thumb is far away from the audience and a wide stance, what you're going to do is hit the thumb. Let's see, this is an awkward angle from my hand, but I want you to see it at the camera. The thumb is going to hit the back stitching, and it's going to close the wallet and move away. And as you display, your hand can be more open as you turn the wallet to face the audience. But this thumb should be away from your audience. One note on this is going to need a broken wallet. This one's working pretty good. And then you're going to want to make it stand up by popping the sides out. It's good to have at least one coin inside, a little bit of weight, so this will work better. The idea is the thumb just pushes, and closes, goes away. And so this has actually gotten quite a few audible gasps. It's a pretty effective illusion that coin disappears, and you're wanting to say that it's traveling into the wallet. Bam, just like that. And you could experiment with this at the ending of the fantastic 3-coin trick for an optional other ending. The final coin is going to go up, disappears, and ends inside the wallet. Of course, you're dirty over here. You have to do some kind of hot potato to clean up. And then you could do a fake unload that the coins are all 3 inside. So it's just another option. It's a fun little idea of using your thumb to just brush down and close the wallet. Once it gets broken, it will probably be a lot easier, depending on, again, all the wallets they're handmade, so they're slightly different, but most of them, once you get a little broken, that will work better. It's fun. So another idea is if you use invisible thread or any kind of thread loops. This is best done with a strong invisible thread, but if you have a well broken purse, you can use thread or loops to do a haunted wallet, just like this. You can get the wallet to actually close. And if you had some kind of signed coin inside or a mentalism type effect, or needed some kind, you could use the wallet for a billet and some kind of a mentalism type routine. That could be a very powerful effect. The secret to it is pretty simple. You just use your invisible thread. I'm using a loop here. I would recommend using something stronger than a loop, and you definitely want a worn-in wallet for this. This is one of my ones I've been using about 12 years, and I'm using that because it's going to close easier. You don't want the thread to break, but if you have a stronger thread, that helps. But the idea is you're just going to move your hands in the direction that the wallet will close. So you find your thread, which I've got some thread right there. I put it across my hands, and then I'm going to get basically there's the 2 lines of thread, one going across every side of the wallet. The top of the wallet is touched by the thread here. And this is just the idea. These are some of my workshop ideas that I don't use, but I think you may use it in your magic. And so the idea is simple, just as you're making magical gestures. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. And then you would clean up as necessary. So if you've got a place for that in one of your routines, I hope you'll use it. So there's lots of different times when you may need to show the wallet empty. And so say, for example, you have a coin inside. We talked about this a little bit in the travel coin routine. If you have the coin up against a wall, you can place your fingers in and display naturally, and it looks like the wallet's open. So once the coin is there, you can leave it inside. Say, for example, you want it to appear empty, just pinch that coin up against the back wall. You could place another coin in freely now, and there's no talking. So that's a good display. Until you drop the coin, there should be no sound. Another thing we may have mentioned just briefly in passing, once the coin is here and you need the wallet to be empty, you can work the coin out into a classic palm or finger palm. From here, let me try to do it for the camera, you can rotate it and pinch it up against the back wall. And that's just in this motion. The coin will actually flip on and you pinch. And now you are completely free, and this could be stolen back into a finger palm. So you can actually unload. As well, you could work the coin into your sleeve. That will take a little bit of practice with a coat sleeve. But from there, you can easily work the coin out. Again, let me try to do that for you. In slow motion, the coin flips over, and you have it pinched from behind where the audience can't see. Another thing is when you have the coin pinched inside like this, you can create a delayed illusion that this coin, so say if this coin is unknown to the audience, it's inside the wallet, You could place another coin in front, and the coins can't talk. By allowing the coins to be up on the edge, you could make the sound illusion that a coin has appeared inside. So that may look like this. The coin is held out. Another coin is placed in onto the floor without them talking. I'm trying to do this with a camera. But this coin can rest up against a wall, and the coin appears inside with a little bit of noise. So these are just a lot of little tips and tricks, some things. This is stuff when you need things to happen in your routine, or you're playing around with my routines and you want something different to happen, a magical effect that fits your style. These are some tips you can use. So one final tip, or a couple of final tips wrapped up into one major point, is if you're having trouble using your wallet, the number one issue is going to be that your leather's not broken. And the honest truth to that is it might take a little bit of time. And as I mentioned some tips, the main thing you can do is put coins in it and put it in your pocket. Make sure you've got it, it's moving, that the traveler is traveling with you every single day, that it's going with you, that the motion of your body is working to break down the leather to make it soft. You want it to be broken and personal. And as that happens, you'll find that the slides as far as the coin unloading in and out of the pocket will be more natural, that if you need it to do the one-handed close we just mentioned, it'll be more natural if the coin's in the right spot, it'll be more natural. Everything about the wallet will work better the more you use it, the more it becomes your own. So I hope that, that you'll develop some routines. I hope to see your routines in the future. And I just look forward to great things happening as you discover the Traveler Coin Wallet and perform great magic. So that about wraps it up. That's almost everything I could fit into this concise video that I know about the Traveler Coin Wallet. It's something that I've used to entertain thousands and thousands of people, and I hope that it will treat you just as well. I want to thank everybody at Murphy's Magic for believing in this project, for putting in the hard hours and answering all my many emails about what it would take to bring this product to you guys. And I want to thank my wife, my family, for putting up with all my practice, the hours that went into creating this video for you guys. Thank God for the ability to do these things and share them with you. I also want to thank my good friends in Charlotte, North Carolina with the Sleight Club. We met weekly for about a year, and we discussed many of these tricks, and they helped hone them down. Same with some of the magicians in the Houston, Texas area who have supported this project as well and met to make this magic great. I hope that throughout this video I did proper accreditation to all the many great magicians who have come before me and developed many of these sleights. If I missed anybody or if anybody's left out, please don't hold that against me. It wasn't intentional. It may have slipped my mind, or it's possible that even though I consider myself very studied, I could have missed something. But I want you guys to keep in touch. If there's anything you develop with this, my website is www.copelandmagic.com. Copeland, like my last name, magic.com. And you can find the same thing on Facebook. You can reach out to me. You can share your videos, your posts, and let the magic community know what you're doing with the wallet to make it your own and make beautiful magic. And finally, I want to thank you, the magician. Thank you for purchasing the Traveler Coin Wallet. Your support has allowed this project to take on life, and will allow me to continue to create great magic and give back to the magic community. So I want to thank you for your support, for you being involved, and I hope that together we'll all advance the art and make great magic for the world and make the world a better place. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the future.